birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, yeah. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. I'm feeling good.
Oh, push my button, will you?
Oh. I've pushed your button.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's better.
Yeah.
Oh, that was lovely.
Yeah. So, here we are. Welcome, folks. This is Backfire Simsport TV. This is the TCR Challenge Cup. It's season 18. It's week 10, and we're in round 18, and here at Mount Panorama, otherwise known as Bathurst, for those people who love this place, and I am very much one of them. It doesn't like me. I like it. This is an endurance round. It's an 80-minute race coming up. I'm Pete Bingham, and I'm joined in the booth, as ever on a Wednesday, by the dulcet and beautiful tones of Sir Alan of Toon. Good evening.
Good evening, Pete. Good evening, everybody.
Yes.
Delighted to be here. Love this place.
Yeah.
This is one of my favourite places to be. And you're quite right, suitably terrifying.
Yeah, it's a proper Colosseum, this one, isn't it? It's, I don't know, it's a mecca for anybody in a supercar. And tonight it's going to play host to these roaring TCRs. It's going to be a brilliant race. You can see the shape of the track there. It's a massive, massive track, folks. The picture does not give it credit. We're going to run on a lap with somebody in a minute. It's a 2-minute 20-ish lap. 2-minute 18, actually, if you're Stephen Walker.
Suppose who's driving it, Pete?
Well, yeah, totally. Times range at the minute from a 2:18.8 to a 2:25.1. That tells you, folks, just how challenging this is. When you get tracks with a spectrum of times as big as that, you've got a lot of people at different levels. We have 29 races tonight, Alan, which is very, very, very healthy.
It is, and it's going to be an adventure on here with that amount of cars on the grid. There's some really very interesting and juicy sections of track.
Yeah, this one being one of them.
Yes,
I think we just leave the camera running on that, to be honest. And we'll wait 2.5 minutes for everybody to get round, and we'll just watch them again because that's where everything happens. Yeah, this is a track with many turns. It's an open road track, so in other words, it's local usage when it's not a racetrack. You can see the entrance to somebody's house back there, and that is exactly what it is. This is a normal open road on ordinary occasions. Otherwise, it plays host to crazy idiots like these lot who go roaring round it at breakneck speed. This is one of the fastest tracks on the planet, folks. And I'll explain why in a moment if you've never ever experienced it before. The introduction video was for ATC, Alpha Touring Championship from America, run by Logan McKinsey and others. We're promoting their leagues. Hopefully they're promoting this. It doesn't really matter to me if they don't. It's a mutually agreeable situation, isn't it, Alan?
Yes, it is indeed. Logan's a very fine driver and a very nice human being. And we wish them well over there because we want people to be driving these wonderful cars, don't we?
Oh, we do, definitely.
The more the merrier.
Absolutely. This is a fantastic series of cars to drive. Some of the series you get, the cars are different physically looking, but they are absolutely identical under the hood. These are not. These behave completely differently, but they're in the same championship. They are balanced off on a balance of power, but ultimately they are, very, very, very different creatures.
They've all got their own character and personality, an individuality, and that draws different drivers to them. And you get people who will get long-running relationships and be loyal to a particular type of car for a very long time and really step out of that.
Yeah, one of the key ones that does that is Stefan. He is not on track at the moment. He is here. He has driven the Audi for, 100 years, something like that, and has defected to the Veloster this season. Other people have joined the Audi, and this should be an Audi truck in theory because of the behaviour of that vehicle. Just watching Kenzie here, back with us yet again. He only knows one way, doesn't he? And that's to win. That's all he's ever known. Right, let's have a look at the league, though. So, pro standards.
Handy round here.
I think he's going to be very, very handy around here. He's going to be an unstoppable force, I think. But anyway, Stephen Walker heads the championship. We're on the right-hand column we're on 1,820 points. That's quite a big lead for this point in the season, or rather a big score for this point in the season. He's not that far ahead, less than 200 points ahead of Simon Trendle. I'd be worried still if I was Stephen. There's a lot of rounds to go. This is a 13-week season. We get an extra week because of the leap year. This is a long old haul, and we've got 3 of these endurance races and a huge amount of points on offer tonight. Huge amount. Triple a sprint race. So, yeah, this is a lot of points. And then Alex Sevillano Lado has crept in stealth-like manner into 3rd place there, pushing Pete Newman down as of last week or the week before, I think it was.
And Miguel is 5th position.
Well,
he did well last week.
He did.
Added a big handful of points to his collection, didn't he?
He did, and if he hadn't changed his car early in the season, or earlier than he was allowed to, he'd have been on 1,566 points. So he would have been right on the cusp of the top 3, with drop weeks in his favour. Look, he hasn't actually dropped a week yet. That shows you how few rounds he's done. Same for Jamie Jeffrey
And
behind.
it's still in the top 5.
Still in the top 5. It's remarkable, isn't it? That is a championship worth continuing to watch, folks. That's going to boil to a steady simmer for the rest of the season. Pro-Am.
So much talent in there. In that top 10, there's so
absolutely
much talent.
stunning.
Goodness me.
Yeah, really, really strong. Oh, hang on. Oh, right. Tyler can't race until qualifying. I think he's at work. And then he's gonna.
Tyler?
Tyler knew it. Tyler knew it is with us this evening.
How wonderful.
Do you remember me saying that there was only 27 drivers in the session?
Yeah.
No, there's not. There's 31 now.
That was 10 minutes ago.
It was 10 minutes. A
I
lot
don't
can happen.
remember his bad pee, but honestly.
Right, Pro-Am. Kasper Smirnov, 1,564 points. That'll tell you everything you need to know about how good that boy is, because that puts him well into the pro field, if you take my point. Carl is somewhat adrift of him, 198 points.
I still think that he's doing very well.
He is.
Honestly, he's keeping Tony off his back, and Rene, and that's taking some doing this season.
Yeah, I was wondering about
They're going
Tony.
like the clappers, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Rene, particularly, he had a bit of a rough start to the season, but he's gathered it together and he's making it work. And then Jamie Wilson, great to see him in the top 5 there of Pro-Am, with Chris Needham, stalking the top 5. With Martin Shirley last season, he did remarkably, didn't he? Absolutely fantastic performance in 7th. Right, and then AM class, we've got Anthony Hilton out there, but he's not that far ahead, Alan. He's by no means safe. David Ayres is not that far behind him. What is that? That is 18 plus 17 is 35. It's nothing, is it? Really?
No, they're both driving well as well. You know, the thing is, they both come onto it, and David's doing well. I think these last few, he's just really found a bit of pace. Anthony's not lost any pace, so.
No.
But yeah, and Max, of course, is still there.
Look at that though. Max is only 20 points behind David, and Daniel Lewis is only like 30 points, we'll call it, behind Max.
Very tight.
And Chris Dixon
I have to
holding
say,
his own.
Anthony's been outstanding yet again, hasn't he? He's been
He's-
doing some great drives, but he's got serious competition this season. He walked away with it a bit last year, I think, but
He kind of did,
not
yeah.
this year.
No, this time it's a completely different situation for him. Let's have a look at the team standings. It was Team Chimera. It's still Team Chimera. No, sorry, it was Hydro Racing White. Geodesic Racing White. It is now Team Chimera by 26 points. That is as tight as...
26 points.
It's nothing. Literally nothing. Result X Pure Sims are only 4 points behind second place. They are the top 3, and they are somewhat ahead of everybody else. So TRL Racing Forces are 300 points behind. But the top 3... Literally, anybody of those 3 can win this, and that is. I've never seen that. Never seen it.
Right, well, it is amazingly tight, but they are spectacular teams.
Yeah. Very,
Yeah,
very
they-
talented people in them.
Yeah, nice to see TRL and Cutting Corny right up there as well, because
Yeah.
they've made a great contribution to the last couple of seasons.
They have, and RD Simsport, who demolished this particular championship last year. It was RD Simsport, wasn't it? No, it was Result X Pure Sims that won it. I can't remember. I'll have a look later. Somebody won it. Right, let's have a look at driver of the meeting, because my brain's lost it now. Casper, still way out front there. 3 clear of a whole bunch of other dudes. Alex Savlano Lado. I've been instructed on how to say JB's surname, Alan.
No, really?
Yeah. It's JB Dejay.
Mm.
I kid you not. I told him it was spelt wrong, and he argued with me. I argued back. I lost the argument, but it's JB Dejay, right? So we got to remember that Dejay. Anthony, yeah, Dejay. Anthony Hilton is in 4th place there.
Me and JB are on
joint
first
second.
initial terms, so it doesn't matter.
This is true. And Simon Trendle is also on 2 points, and then there's a whole bag full of people on 1 point.
Look at that Anthony right in there, isn't that great?
Oh, yeah.
Casper, yeah, mix it in with top pros. It's very nice
Yeah.
to see. And JB Dejay.
Yeah. So Alan's Safe Driver Award, will it still be Max Nevinchani at the top of it? Let's have a look. It is, and it's getting. He's He only picked up one
His
incident point.
minuscule score.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Gets more minuscule, or it's disappearing.
We're going to have to put more digits on it.
We're going to owe him something at the end. We're going to run out.
I know. It's crazy. And then Chris Needham, brilliant to see him in such a lofty position in this one. And the super fast, but also super safe Simon Trendle there. They're back. The Team Chimera are back in their normal white and green, rather than green and white for their Japanese colours this evening. But Simon Trendle in the top 3 there.
Yeah, and David and Martin. You could say it's a surprise to see David there, but I'm delighted. He's driving well.
I'm shocked he's there, given the amount of light flashing he does in between everything else. All right, let's rejoin our qualifying session. So we know that Tyler's not going to contribute a time, but at the pointy end of this, it's looking pretty interesting. Let's go and find somebody to run with. Here is Big Mig, Miguel Freitas, second place at the minute.
Vroom, vroom.
Vroom, vroom. Let's jump on board with him actually, and we're going to do a lap, because this is a track that you can't really appreciate unless you've been in the car and you know, been
just
terrorised.
good timing, Pete.
I know, straight through here. It's one of the most terrifying corners in the world.
Took me 2 years to get through there in one piece.
Right, yeah, down through
With well timed and confident, it took me 2 years to actually crack it so that I could get it through that section without killing myself every single time. And to be confident about it. It really did. It was very difficult.
Wow.
They make it look easy, but it ain't.
No. So here we are on Conrod Straight. This is the fastest straight in the world. It's all downhill the entire way, and if you get a draft like Miguel has got, I think that's Kenzie in front. And we're heading towards the chase, which is this left-hand. It's a king, but you approach it at Mach 5, and you've got to shed all that speed somehow. Throw the anchor out the back window and all that business. Into Murray's here, which is the final corner on the track, and sets you up for the start-finish straight. And he's reeled in the car in front of him quite severely there. I get the feeling he's going to quit out after this lap. That's just what I think, because he's got a car in his way now. He's still carrying on, so maybe he'll do a full lap. This is called Hell Corner, because usually there's a big pile of scrap just on the outside of it. And then we go on to Mountain
If you
Straight.
like nice notes, it's a hard corner to judge and carry your pace through.
It
He did
is.
that beautifully.
It
Took
draws
just
you
the
in.
right amount of curve, didn't he?
Yeah, it draws you in. It wants to spit you out left and right, really. I've seen people crash on both sides of that corner. Over that little rise as you come up here. The camber on this little bit of track is unbelievable. And we're heading into Quarry here. Keep on the inside there. It's easy for your car to drift into the wall on the left. Walls are a massive feature on this track, folks, as we head towards the cutting. The cutting is this, very, very tight, left-hander. And he's sailed straight through that one, Alan. That was not a good corner from Miguel. Sorry to be, a critic. Griffins is where we're going through now in Reed Park. Sulman Park is the next left-hander. You can read the signs on the walls, actually, for the corner names. As we come across the crest here.
You can reach out and touch them.
Literally, even from where I am. McPhillamy Park is this corner as it carries on up to Skyline here, which is a terrifying crest of a hill. Over it in fifth, drop your gears down to second to get through the roller coaster here. It's absolutely... Oh, jeez. I can't do that without
lift. You've got to go fast.
You have to,
If you lift in, think about it, somebody's going to come and try and whiz him by you.
Yeah, and this is Forest
It's
Elbow.
dangerous.
Forest Elbow usually has quite a lot of multicoloured paint on the wall from everybody's cars. And then back onto Conrod Straight.
It's one of the few places where you can get into sixth gear in an MX-5.
Yeah, that's true. I never thought of that, to be honest. Yeah, he stepped out of the toe. He's not intending to actually set a time this lap. This is just a sighting lap, maybe, or something like that. But he just reels in that Honda in front of him massively before turning into that corner at the chase. So that was a lap. It is. I don't suppose it's the hardest lap to learn. It's only got like 20 odd corners on it. But in order to do it well and do it fast, you've got to have bravery and skill. It's as simple as that.
Yes, it's learning it isn't the problem.
No.
Executing it is the problem.
Yes, yeah.
And doing it safely lap after lap at pace is the problem, because This is one of those tracks where when you're going fast, it feels like you're going fast because the walls are so close, everything's so enclosed. It tightens everything up, and including sphincters, and
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
it makes you feel a sense of speed that you don't get on some courses that are so wide open. And this, you can feel every mile an hour around here.
Yeah, you can.
And it's very exciting. I've got to say, it's absolutely one of my favourite places, and this is the favourite track of quite a few of the drivers on here tonight. Many of the drivers love this place. It's an absolute fantastic circuit. It's a pure pleasure to drive it, and it's a place where you want to come and bring your car. If you've got a new car, you want to know how it goes, you bring it in. You'll soon find out whether it goes well in this place, because this sorts them out, let me tell you.
It does. We've got 31 drivers in there. So
Can't wait to see them going over the top there. Lovely.
Well, will we see all of them going over the top though? That's the challenge.
Sideways.
It's sideways, yeah, in bits. Spencer has joined the session now, so he's just putting his first laps on the board.
Great stuff. That's great, and Tyler as well. This is like old school reunion here.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Tyler can't pass up on doing. I think if we had a shopping trolley race around Bathurst, he'd turn up in a shopping trolley, definitely. And it'd be a fast one, wouldn't it? Let's face it.
Well, yeah, but I can understand the lure.
Yeah, totally. George Schumacher, good evening. He'll be shouting out for the Quentin Corney teams. Deep Mars on the screen at the minute. He's got some work to do to move up that table. He's currently mid-table, literally mid-table, 16th place right now. Renee is somewhat north of him in 13th and not yet on track, or not on track now. Don't forget, this is a normal race, racers and viewers, so that it will not kick you out of the session as soon as it ticks over. It will run a little over to allow people to complete their laps in this session.
Yes. Well, we've got a treat, haven't we, tonight with this endurance race? Our champion's choice. I love the endurance races.
Yes.
It gives the drivers a different look at the car and the tracks.
It does.
And,
We've got 35% fuel, Alan, so we should be facing 2 pit stops each.
Too tight to give them any petrol. Sorry, lads.
No, it's budgets. Budgets have to be slashed. Slash the budget. Andy Littler's on the chat. Good evening. I don't know whether there's anybody in the cabin, but you've not had anybody in that cabin for a little while, so.
Poor Andy's got serious withdrawal symptoms, of course, as you can imagine.
Well, I'm sure, yeah. You can see the camber on Mountain Straight, just there, looking back at the cars as they came over the little bump in the hump there.
Yeah, that's fantastic, isn't it?
It's class. In certain high downforce cars, if you ride the centre of the road, you go faster. Isn't that weird?
I love it the way the front end goes light on the bumpy bit up there.
I know,
the front end goes light, doesn't it? It's just like, wow, and you can really feel it, folks. I can't tell you. You go over this tight little rise and then sudden fall away on there. The front end goes light in the car, and through the force feedback, you just feel it. And goodness, it's awesome.
Steering wheel just goes like all flimsy and light. It's really good. Right, Silas is on the chat as well. Stefan isn't on track at the moment. He's done a decent time though. He's in 10th.
Steady on, lad. He's got hold of that.
Yeah, that's Roger
That's
Morton.
our Roger.
Yeah, Roger Morton's with us. He's not on baby duties at the minute.
That's fantastic. No, it's a constant. It's a dab hand with the nappy changing. Is our Rog?
Sure he is.
Very impressed. Is a modern man. He's one of these new men.
Well, I'm one of the old men, so I don't have any kids. So
He's there. He can change a nappy and feed a baby with a bottle all at the same time. He's got 2 arms. He can multitask like nobody's business.
Awesome. And yeah, so what else have we got going on? Tyler's on track, so he's in a Veloster.
I thought you were going to say he's in a sweat.
No, he's in a throwback paint for BSTV as well.
Look at that. We haven't seen that one for a while, have we?
No, not with the red trim down the centre lines. This was one of my favourite paint schemes.
I like it. It reminds me of the Green Lantern.
Yeah. He's in BSTV Esports colours because he's running with JB DeJay. See what I did there? I got his name right.
Yeah. I'm very impressed after all these years
I
to
know.
actually get that
I
right.
know, it's shocking, isn't it? It's only taken 5 whole years. 5 years. 5 years, that is. JB's been racing with us longer for Tyler, I think. Must be about 7. Uh,
Yeah.
um, so,
I'm glad you got round to mentioning it.
Andy Littler's got a new cabin crew.
Oh,
So he's in
nice one.
Sittingbourne. That must be near Little Rock or somewhere like that. It sounds like a Native American place, doesn't it? Sittingbourne. Anyway, but yes, and Tyler in this throwback paint. Very nice paint, actually. I did like that scheme. It was on a V8, obviously, back in the day. I think I ran that in the Veloster as well. Right, what else have we got going on at the minute? There's not many people on track. I think they're saving their arms, because this is, it's not just an endurance race for the mind. This is a workout. This
Yeah,
one is,
physical.
yeah, it's a beast, isn't it? There's a lot going on all the time, and if we were to jump on board yet again, we'll go on the nose of this car. We're on
Yeah,
the
I love this.
Samleys.
It's great doing this. This is almost as good as actually getting. And you can feel your little legs and your arms actually putting the inputs in. You know,
I know. It's,
vroom, vroom. It's very exciting. To
yeah, always going to pits now.
Oh,
Pit-
well, this will give you a good chance to see this
Yeah.
delightful pit entry. Look at this.
Oh.
Boom, boom,
Woo!
boom. Look at
Man the
this.
wall, man the
Oh.
walls! Oh, dear God. I think he hit that second one, but who cares? You get a free repair, right? So, yes.
Yeah,
that
it's
was...
a bit of a tasty pit entry. And what Pete was saying about the fact that we're giving them hardly any fuel tonight, the poor lads. So they're going to be using that pit lane entry under stressed and pressured circumstances.
Yeah.
And people have been known to get it wrong.
Speaking of getting things wrong
Occasionally.
at Bathurst,
Really.
I've done a number of Bathurst 1000s in the supercars around here. None of them have gone terribly well. The first one I did was really good. We ended up, myself and Clyde and Richard Brightwell, I don't know whether he's still about or not, we did a Bathurst 1000 and we came second. We weren't in the greatest of splits, it has to be said. I think my I rating dragged us down like about 70 splits. But we finished second behind a team that clearly were well out of their normal slot. And then that's where all the good stuff ended, because the season after, Clyde had done his 50 laps and I took it out, did 1.5 laps and wrapped it into the wall at McPhillamy Park. And I think I did the same a year later, and it's been no different ever since. Slackjaw Hussein, can't believe I'm missing this. Why are you missing this, Naveed? I thought you were back for this one. And Jenchilla, right, it's Jenny. Go CCT. They've got a bit of work to do, Jenny, I have to say. Because they're in the middle of the table at the moment. Right, I'm going to try
They
and
won't mind
find...
applying themselves.
Oh, no, not at all. Right, we are... Oh, no, we're not going to that. We're going to this. We're going to this. Sorry.
Oh!
Pressing buttons
Oh.
randomly. This is the one I wanted. This is the one I wanted. Right,
You
qualifying.
found that button. Well done, Pete.
I know, shocking, isn't it? Right, everybody starts to pile out of pit lane. Who was the first one out? It's a CCT car that was the first one out. I think it's Renee. It is. It's Renee. Well done.
Renee.
Yeah, you want to be out in front. You certainly don't want to be behind the crashes. Oh, and he nearly was a crash going through the quarry there. And
Well, this warm up is a side to lap.
yeah. Oh, and Shane's on. So Shane Newport, he's shouting for Jamie Jeffrey. Where is Jamie? He's usually out pretty quick, isn't he? Jamie Jeffrey, here he is.
Got to be
Just
out
going in the
now.
quarry.
There he is. Come
Yeah.
on, Jamie.
Yeah, I've got a feeling he's going to be good at this.
Yeah. Well, you know he's going to handle the track, don't you?
Oh yeah.
He's, yeah. This track's going to appeal to him, I think, and he will be at his most ferocious, I imagine.
Yeah. Where is our current champion, Stephen Walker? There he is. It's going to be very lucky for him getting over the top of this hill, isn't it?
Didn't he say last week that he likes it?
Oh, he
Yeah.
does. He's
That's,
another addict. He's like
that's,
Tyler. Yeah.
It's not good news for everybody else.
No, it really isn't. I think he was near the best part of half a second faster than the rest of the field in practice. Doesn't mean it'll translate into quali, but he's got a good toe at the minute. That's Casper in front of him, and Casper was fast.
Well, of course,
Casper's
we
letting
haven't
him
got
go.
the short sprint race, so the the actual qualification doesn't have the same weight this week. It's
No.
not. It's not almost going to put you in the top three.
No,
If you
true.
get pole on normal week, it's unusual for somebody to finish at the top three if they can't if they can get on pole.
Yeah.
It's a 20-minute race, but this is going to just sort the grid out, and it's going to have a long time to unfold. And I
Yeah.
love that. I love that there's time for the race to mature and develop strategies, and people's ideas come to fruition or not. And it's a long, slow burn that builds up in excitement. And yeah, for me, endurance racing is absolutely the king.
It is. It is fantastic. A totally different set of approaches to how you race. You can try and fuel save a stint in order to reduce your times. Fuel save all the stints, and reduce all of your pit stop times. Or you can absolutely gun it and try and catch people out on their fuel strategies and make them panic and things like that. There's so much to happen in a race over an hour, let's call it. Anything over an hour, and you've got that option as a league organizer to restrict fuel, make them punish them by making them come to pit road multiple times. It does ask a lot of questions of the drivers. Conditions, obviously with rain now, we're not getting any by the look of things. It's very sunny out here at Mount Panorama.
Fingers crossed, but
Well, yeah.
Scary prospect. So let's hope we have a dry race. It's funny, that's that real world sort of. Let's hope we have a dry race.
Yeah, let's have a look at the weather.
Let's have a look at this weather. Yeah, this is it, folks. This is what we have to deal with this now. This is the new reality.
Yeah, we're here at 8:48. There is for the entire race a 15% chance of rain. So we've not got anything on the schedule right now, and it doesn't look like we're going to get any as it stands at the minute. But you never know, do you? It was 10% to 50% cloud cover, and we've got almost 0% cloud cover if you look up there now.
Nice and sunny. Look at the shadows. It's a lovely sunny day here in Australia.
So who is going to be? Let's put you up a track map, folks. Nobody will show on the track map until they've done their first lap. It's just an SDK thing. We'll see where everybody comes out very shortly. So the first one's going to go across the line now. I think it was Dietmar, wasn't it? Where's Dietmar gone? Oh, there we go. Renee. He's the first one over. Pops the time on the board, and he's already getting shuffled back. Kind of expected, I guess.
Well, look who's just behind.
I know. When your competition is Big Mig, you're already in trouble, aren't you? Martin Shirley keeping out of the way.
Miguel's being chased by Steve.
I know. Stefan's right on the heels here. So Miguel Freitas to the front.
But they get the tyres warm. This will be much more concentrated. They will be able to narrow the vortices and make a ever more concentrated lap and try and, as we know, they're very keen to have the fastest lap. That purple lap, it's bragging rights for a week. Oh, Miguel, please don't do that.
He did hit that wall. Inside hits, folks. Right, this track attracts them more than any other track on the network. So what I mean by that is when you're coming around some of these tight turns, yeah, I know. And like that one there on the left-hand side, yeah. Alan's doing a great impression of what I hear when I'm driving around this track. So here as well, on the inside wall, it comes back at you. It's weird. And you end up with a very strangely shaped car by the time you end up at the 80th minute of a race, if you make it that far at all. And then on the outside of this corner, there we go, see?
There we go. Yeah,
even the very best, Alan. Even the very best.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's the pace, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
trying to qualify, so you absolutely want to be on the limit of your performance. You're trying to do the fastest lap you can. You're going to take a risk or two to do it.
Yeah, and you've got to hope that they don't turn into 1Xs or 2Xs, because obviously it invalidates your lap in a qualifying session. You've got some element of sacrifice in what you can do in a practice session, what you're
Will they
willing
have
to
race
say.
fuel in, Pete, or have we got qualification fuels in for this?
I think they'll scale it back. Yeah, they'll put quali fuel in for this. I don't limit them on that front. They've got 15 minutes. They can put whatevel they like in it. A thimble full or 2 truckfuls. It's up to them. It doesn't really matter to me as the league organizer. As we come across
Never
the
actually
line.
seen anybody run out of fuel on qualification, so that's a good sign.
Oh, that was a bit wide there as well from Miguel. So I don't think.
Look at that, you see.
No, he
Oh, Pete was a bit wide there, but there was 2 cars with the perfect line through there.
Yeah.
And you really do need to get it, because the exit from that corner is this long straight, and it's a long way to watch the red building if you haven't got a good exit through that corner.
Yeah.
You need to be fast. It's uphill and nasty for a long way. All the way through here, it all depends on your way through that corner, how fast you've got through it, how clean, how much pace you've carried, and that's where it's forcing everybody absolutely to the limit, because they've got to carry the speed through here.
Yeah, it's speed is everything at this circuit, as is car positioning. You saw Tyler in the background there. Thought he was driving a V8, warming the tyres up. I don't think he knows that you don't need to do that in these things. You can hear people hitting the walls all the time. There's just nudges here and there, bending paint and metalwork. Just showing the Simon Trundle here in the standard Chimera colours, the usual lovely white
And he won't be hitting the
spearmint.
walls.
I think you did just then. I think they all do.
He doesn't.
Oh, is that Tony Walker in the wall there behind him? I don't know. It's either him or Kenzie. Where's Kenzie? Nah, Kenzie's in an Audi, so it wasn't him. Must have been Tony.
It's very exciting when they come through there.
It's
Taking
just
the pace, the
Yeah.
leap into trust, isn't it? Really, because it's a leap of faith.
Yeah, it really is. That's Dietmar just ahead of these guys. Where's Dietmar at the minute? Oh, he's doing all right actually. He's in 12th. Renee is just ahead of him in 10th, so Dietmar's sorted his stuff out for this race at least. Spencer's gone to the pits. Max Nevinchani's gone to the pits. Right, of the 31 drivers, Alan, the bottom 7 have not managed to do a clean lap, which is why you're only seeing 24 cars with a time.
Yes.
And yes, Chris Dixon is a number of seconds behind everybody else, but he's got a time on the board. That's an important point. You can't win a race if you're nailed to the back, and there's some big names at the back. Tony Walker is one of them. Sam Blees, Kenzie Newhoff are 2 others in the big hitters.
Still got time.
They've still got time. Yeah, they've got another 5 minutes. Yeah,
So what's that?
2 laps. They've got 2 opportunities to get a time on the board, and at the minute, Pete Newman, he looked really, really good and safe in his practice sessions. I was following him before you joined the booth, Alan, and he looked in control and very, very calm in that Elantra.
Yes. Well, Pete almost inevitably is in control and calm. It's his natural driving posture is just driving.
Right.
He doesn't put stress on himself. He knows he's got the ability, and he just lets the car drive itself largely.
I wonder what that's like.
I've followed him for about 25,000 laps, and I still haven't got the clue one.
Right.
He's been towing me around for getting on for 5 years now, giving me laps and just generally befriending me in the most wonderful way. And yeah, I still haven't got a clue how he does it.
Brilliant. Where's Stefan? Stefan must have put a time in. Stefan's put an amazing time in. Look at that. 5th place. Top of the Pro-Am class at this point. Very, very tasty.
Well, getting in front of Casper, that's quite something.
Well, look who's behind him on track. Casper Smirnov.
Yeah.
So, all you need to do, Stefan, is just get in his way. I never said that. But you should do it. But I never said that.
Stefan, that's
Magda will be
wonderful
shouting at me.
driving. Wonderful driving. Come on, mate. Well, Casper's. I mean, we're very familiar with seeing Casper in the top six,
Yeah.
but not so much
Oh,
our
he's in the
step.
top three. He's just
Oh, look
promoted
at that.
himself to third place.
And that, well, you know,
I
he did
think.
most of that lap behind Stefan.
Well, he owes Stefan a pint, I think, or a
Yeah,
stein rather, a stein.
that's some very. Well, there was a bit of tow here. It's quick enough to take
Oh yeah,
advantage.
massive amount of tow going down Conrod Straight. That is an enormous amount, and up Mountain Straight. Stephen Walker wriggling his car about at the minute. I don't know if he's just testing the limits of his tyres or not, but that's not the way that you get a qualifying lap. He will get one more though. He might get two more actually. Might just get two more from where he is on track at the moment. And he is on an outlap, that's why he's doing the tyre warming. There's tyre warming Tyler, there he is. On it and in business.
Yes.
I mean, this is the first time he's driven, as he puts it, a backwards car. Tyler's only ever driven rear wheel drive cars. This is his first outing in a front wheel
Really?
drive
Is it
car.
really
Oh
his
yeah,
first go in the front wheel drive?
yeah.
Of course, when he was there before, it was GTs, wasn't it?
It was GT4s for him, yes.
Yes. I didn't realise. Well, that is. Come on, Tyler.
And he's doing really well. He's in 12th at the minute.
I was always a fan of Tyler in the olden days because he was such a precocious young man and
Yeah, yeah.
really a great young driver. And he used to bull me the occasional setup.
Yeah.
He did. He was kind to me, even though he was a third of my age, not even that probably.
But he's certainly got all the turning points right at the moment. What's he doing on the timing tower? He's got two personal best sectors on this lap already. Not the
It's his
fastest of
first
anyone.
This is a heck of a track to take on your first front wheel drive race.
He's addicted to this track. He needs an intervention, actually. He's been there. He's been all the way from America to watch Bathurst 1000 at Bathurst. He is the ultimate Bathurst geek.
Yeah, good man.
Yeah. And here he comes.
Can't
Trying
be
to...
that kind of enthusiasm and excitement and joy in sport.
It's something else, isn't it? He will get one more attempt at this if he's got the fuel on board. He's coming up to Murray's now.
Yes, we're going to get to go to finish the laps, aren't we?
We are. They need to stay in it if they can remember about that rule that iRacing has. And Tyler's moved up a lot. He's moved up to 10th. So that is an excellent lap. And now he'll be on the lowest fuel of his run. So away he goes again.
We're enjoying this. He's got a good line considering he doesn't know which way his wheels are.
Well, true, yeah. He probably wants to reverse around the track, doesn't he? Pete Newman's bailed on his last lap. I think there probably will be a lot of people that forget that you can complete your laps on this one, as Spencer McCarthy strikes the inside wall there. Better to strike the inside one than the outside one, of course. And sails it down Conrad now. See where he ends up. He's 17th at the minute. That's an unusual place to find Spencer McCarthy, Alan.
Yes, and they've got a real reason about that.
Well, clearly the standings are upside down or something. I'm not sure.
Well, that's not how normal Spencer lapping. So either he's had a bit of a difficulty, his setup hasn't quite right, he's not quite happy with it. But I can tell you something, he's not going to finish in 17th.
No, he's not. And he's still got Stephen Walker's paint on there.
Oh!
That was a big hit off the curb.
That was. His car had a large reaction to that, didn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit odd. But he's not improved on the lap because that invalidated it. His teammate, Sam Blees, is currently bombing it down Conrad at the minute. He will get to finish as he crests.
Such an important part of the circuit.
Honestly,
again.
yeah.
You've just got to get this corner. Same thing. You've got to get this right. It's a wicked little corner.
And you got to
You've got
remember
to get it right.
the speeds that these guys are doing down there. It's over 100 miles an hour, even front-wheel drive car. So it's a terrifying. Oh, he's bailed it. He's gone to pit road. He's not bothered about that. Tyler, however, is still on a lap. and he's on an improved lap as far as my eyeballs go. Oh, maybe not. That third or fourth sector, sector was not
10th
brilliant.
place at the moment is mighty impressive.
Yeah, he might go up 1 here. He only needs 1.5 tenths. Has he gone up or has he stayed where he was? Stayed where he was, but it's all practice. Chris Dixon's still out on track. About to
Come
finish.
on, Chris. And you move.
Has he moved up?
Well, Spencer's
ooh.
not moving, is he?
No, he's improved, but he didn't actually move up. No, he didn't improve. Sorry, he was a little bit down on his best lap. That's my bad. So at the moment, where's Spencer? Spencer's just trying to get lap time because he joined the session late. Probably got back from work late. I thought Bathurst was in Australia, not in America. It is. I was saying that Tyler went from America to Australia. I think Andy Littler needs some of the cabin crew to, pull out a globe and start pointing at it. As Spencer is making his way round here towards the end of the lap. I don't know that I think he is on a lap.
Yeah, he's going to finish it, look.
Yeah. He's the last over the line.
Has he found himself a bit of something?
No, he has
Oh,
not.
no, he's not bothering.
No.
So there you go, not bothering it.
Right, so
I think he just wants to overtake the whole field.
yeah, it's going to be an 18th to first challenge for Spencer McCarthy. It's going to be a keep hold of it with desperate hands for Pete Newman because he's got a queue of people behind him who are out there to win this. Right.
I think they're shortening their breaths up to breathe down his neck.
Yeah. Let's have a look. I've just extended gridding, so we're going to have a look at the grid, and I'm going to do names only because there's loads of them. Pete Newman is your pole man. He looked good in practice, and it proved it out in qualifying. Well done to you. Alex Savillano-Lado, not far behind him time-wise, on the front row. In second place, Miguel Freitas in third, Casper Smirnoff in fourth. That is an excellent lap. Stephen Walker in fifth, with Kenzie Newhoff in sixth. Simon Trundle in seventh, with Stefan Goebel in eighth place. Ninth will be Sam Blees, with Tyler in 10th. That's a great result in his first backwards-driven car. 11th will be Jamie Jeffrey. 12th will be Carl Hardy. 13th, will be Martin Shirley, with Demis Tigchalar next to him on that 7th row. 15th will be Rene Earhart with Tony Walker off 16th. 17th will be Dietmar Hoos, so that's a good qualifying from him. Right behind his teammate, so that should be a good team racing exercise. Spencer McCarthy, probably south of where he wanted to be in 18th. 19th, Chris Needham. 20th will be Jamie Wilson. 21st will be Roger Morton. And then the first, I think, of our AM-class drivers, David Ayres, will go off 22nd. Anthony Hilton off 23rd.
Look at that.
Yeah, JB
locked together already.
They are quite a close battled pair, aren't they? JB Dejaye off 24th. Got it right again. It's a habit now. It's a habit. I know, it's ridiculous. Deck Crowther off 25th. 26th will be Jura Larkinen. 27th will be Darrell Wright. 28th will be Paul Hurley. Chris Dixon off 29th. Max Nevinciani off 30th. And Jason Haddington, Kylie himself, off 31st. And we hope that he moves up that field.
Come on, Kylie.
Yeah, let's go and find us a camera. There we go. Who should we focus on? Pete Newman. Oh, lights are coming on already. That was
Right,
tight,
no
actually.
messing.
No messing at all. Lights are on, and when they go out, we will be racing at Bathurst. Here we go.
We
So
want everyone to make a good start.
we do. Hell Corner is the first site of potential calamity, and let's hope they all manage to navigate it in good order. Side by side there, Martin Shirley and Renee, I think it was, or Dietmar. Couldn't really tell. And that's the whole field round.
Yes, it looks like a reasonably good, calm start because they do know they're in for the long run with this one.
Yeah, everybody's come pouring like water over a weir up Mountain Straight. Sam Blees, where are you? Out on the wild stuff. And Stefan out of pace. Stefan out of a lot of pace, and Tyler trying to be careful behind him. Right, what's going on at the front here? Miguel wasting no time, Alan. He's on Alex.
Yeah. Oh, but look at Pete.
I know, he's got a gap. That might be the biggest gap he ever gets around here. Who knows?
He's certainly making an effort, isn't he? I imagine he doesn't want, and he knows how fast Alex is.
Yeah.
And he certainly knows all about Miguel. So he's got some very serious speed in his rearview mirror.
Yes, he has. And I have to say, Alan, everybody's made it over the mountain.
Yes, and I got a distinct feeling from the start that it wasn't quite the frenetic, full-on. It was a bit more considered because it's an important start, isn't it? You muck this one up, you've mucked the whole evening up.
Yeah, so Miguel has dropped off the back of Alex. I think it was something to do with going through the S's. I think he was out of shape a little bit. I'm sure he'll gather that back together, and I'm pretty sure he hit the outside of Forest Elbow.
Some interesting gaps. It's just opening up slightly. People have got a little bit of room to manoeuvre.
Yeah, JB.
Good for my nerves.
Yeah, JB not messing here. He wants that position straight off David Ayres. Into the chase we go. This is the chase running into this left-hander here.
He won't get it here.
No, he's not got that at all.
He can't get wrapped around the outside if the other guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah. And that's Deck Crowther in the orange and black car, stalking this group. I'll put you a track map up, folks, as now everybody's been over the line. Let's go back to the pointy end very quickly, although I'm just going to watch what happens here with Jura Larkinen and Deck Crowther. Jura should retain this. He's on the favourable line, but you can get a lot of drive on the outside round that corner at Hell Corner. And he's making it work, actually. He's made it work. No, he hasn't. Deck Crowther's actually gone round the outside of him there. That's nice. Right.
Yes.
So.
To make a gap going up there, but if you can pull a gap, it says quite a lot about your pace.
Oh, Casper went mega wide at the cutting, and he's losing time. He's going to lose time all the way up the hill. He's lost 2 positions there.
Didn't crash though.
Magda will be beating him to death. Right, where are we going? So Pete Newman's gap, his lead rather, has gone.
Yeah. Alex has been furiously fast these last few weeks.
He really has.
He's really found his mojo, and he's been working it.
Ooh, he wiggled through the roller coaster.
Elby wanted to get past Pete. You know what he's like.
Yeah.
He won't want to be waiting. He'll be eager and anxious to actually put a move on Pete.
Yeah, down through the dipper for these guys as well. Nicely done from all of those drivers. Any movers so far? Not really. Rene Earhart up 2 positions. The 2 positions are the ones behind him, funnily enough. And also, Spencer McCarthy qualified unusually down the field and now making his way forwards slowly but surely. He's got Dietmar behind him, and he's got Tony Walker in front of him. So Tony Walker's a good pace to run with, isn't he?
Yeah. Just lately, he's been an excellent pace to run with,
Yeah.
and yes, of course, Spencer will know all about Tony.
Without a doubt.
I'm interested to know if there was a reason why he didn't have what we would call a good qualification, or if he really did just want to drive through the field.
Yeah.
You know, because he likes that kind of thing, and he's very good at it.
He is. Jason Haddington did not join the race,
Oh no!
so I'm not sure why. Maybe it was technical.
Oh, I hope you're all right, Jace.
Yeah.
We missed out Kylie.
Yeah. Let me just. Yeah, he didn't join. It's me just checking. Right, Tyler. I was going to say under a bit of pressure, but he's not yet, is he?
Yeah, he's. He's well, you know, Tyler's a bit of an unknown quantity in the field, isn't he? I mean,
He
to
is.
many of the people here, he's very familiar, well known, but to a lot of these guys, he's going to be just Tyler. His money's popped up in the middle of the grid.
Yeah, true enough.
They
Yeah.
don't know anything about him.
Who's this
So,
geezer?
yeah, they don't know what to expect, do they?
No. So, who are the losers, as it were, from the start? Kasper Smirnoff, we saw him moving backwards, back 2 places. Demis Tictular, back 4 places. He must have ended up in a bit of a kerfuffle that we've not seen. That's it. If I'm
They're not taking up much of the track, are they?
Oh dear. Right, let's see what Stephen Walker can see at the minute. He's got ahead of... actually, we've missed an overtake. Where did that happen?
Stephen getting ahead of Miguel.
It's not even on... Oh yeah, it is. It's literally just popped up. I've got a massive, massive delay. I can't even make it do the replay at the moment. So this is it. So this is going to be Big Mig making a mistake, is it? Or is he just going to get absolutely mullered?
Oh, treed out.
All treed out, nowhere to go. So
Oh, there it is. There it is.
yeah, so that,
Side by side round Big Elbow.
yeah, Forest Elbow that was. I think Miguel screwed up the entry to it, and Stephen was just like, "Yeah, I'll have that." Either that or Miguel is fuel saving already. It's possible, isn't it?
Ooh, that just sent a sliver of ice through my spine.
I know. Oh, and we'll probably not see it. We'll try and join him. I mean, it's impossible to tell at Quarry because you're off the gas early. You want the engine to run your speed down, don't you? As Tony Walker has just passed Martin Shirley further back.
4th gear. Very nicely done, lads.
Oh, and then he's had to give it back again. So there's something gone on there between those 3. Let's just have a look at what happened. So Tony pulls out. Looks like a good overtake. Somebody's throwing hearts at me on the chat. I'm going to have to combat that with many, many hearts and smiley faces.
Oh.
Kurt is on the chat. Let's go.
Oh.
Right, so that's what happened there. So they went into Quarry 2 wide, and Tony ended up losing 2 positions. Oh, they're still throwing hearts at me. There you
Because
go.
he didn't
Have
lose
that.
his life.
Have that.
And he didn't lose his car, so
No,
I
right.
imagine he'll be at least relieved about that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a good place to do both of those things, really.
Absolutely. So Stephen Walker's up 2 positions now. He's in 3rd place. I don't think that's going to affect Miguel too much. Smiley faces and hearts, and somebody's throwing like streamer things at me now. There we go. Right, oh sorry. I'm totally distracted by what's going on the YouTube chat. Renee is up 2 positions as well. He's having a great race up to this point, and he's got a good target to run at here. He's got the back of Carl Hardy's car, which obviously is extra wide because of all the pies in it, Alan. It's more of a pie van, really, isn't it, than a race car. You know.
Well, he improves his pace as he goes along because he lightens it.
And then he's got Jamie Jeffrey and Tyler Newitt, who are proving to be very, very fast because they are catching that group in front, which has got Stefan at the back. Sorry, it's not Stefan, it's Sam Blease at the back.
Doesn't it look to you like Tyler's trying very hard to keep his friend behind him?
Yeah.
And that's sort of prompting some serious pace out the line.
It's a good point you make, actually, because Jamie Jeffrey has raced V8s with Tyler for many years. So they know each other, absolutely. They know how each other races.
He's pushing him along, it seemed to me.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Darrell Wright has crashed. What?
Oh, no.
No, he really... Well, I think he has as well, because he's down 3 positions, but he's still running. So we'll have a look at that in a minute. But this battle for the lead here is hotting up. Alex Savillano-Ledo not letting Pete Newman get anywhere.
No, very difficult person to drop. very difficult. I mean, you wouldn't fancy anybody's chances of stretching away from this lot, to be honest.
No.
Those three behind you, would you? You wouldn't really fancy anybody's chances.
Not even a little bit as they come piling down the dipper.
Look at that.
I know. It's frantic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very exciting to be in the car doing this. It's just one of the best things you can do on iRacing, going down that mountain.
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. It's something else. Here goes Spencer on the back of Martin Shirley here. He's going to get a bit of a cutback. Maybe. He's certainly going to get a tow here. Let's just nose it out here on the front of Spencer's car. On the oh, David Ayres has crashed.
Oh no!
Yeah, so that's two.
What's happening in my team?
Yeah,
Come
that's
along,
two of them.
lads.
Right, here we go.
Oh dear.
Spencer's windscreen wipers are going because he's getting sprayed with all sorts of sweat or something. I don't know. Oh, that's a touch. That's a touch.
Oh,
Oh, ow.
Oh my word!
So we were on board with that one. That was
Oh, I thought
rather
he saved it,
kilometres.
and then we had a secondary impact.
Yeah, we did. Let's have a quick.
Oh,
Gonna
that's
have to have a-
disappointing because I really thought he saved it with minimal damage.
Yeah. So JB's been off track as well. It's all happening on this
He's
lap.
gonna,
Oh,
is he going to take fuel?
he's-
Lap 6.
He needs to take some wheels because and
Yes,
a
but
suspension
is he
arm.
going to take fuel as well?
That's a bit messy getting in, but Martin,
Yeah,
Martin
but I don't think his
Shirley-
suspension's working like you don't hope.
I don't think he's got a suspension at the minute. Let's just have a look at that from above. We should see this all in wonderful Technicolor. Here we go. Gets up. Does everything right, in my opinion, here. Pops out of the toe. Probably a bit late, maybe, for the toe. Oh, gets caught out by Martin turning a little. But Martin had to turn at some point, and then Spencer was a passenger because his car wouldn't turn left.
Got the bounce, right?
Yeah.
That's what happened.
So,
Oh dear. So
Re-
not nice for Spencer and not nice for anybody, to be honest.
no,
And,
no. This is whatever happened to David Ayres. We're going to have to go and get
it
a
shows
better
it's just a
camera.
Oh, it's such a dangerous.
Oh.
circuit. Well, you know, 9 times out of 10 on the racetrack, that a little contact like that isn't going to murder the car. but
No.
here it does, of
Well, it's
course.
concrete walls everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just.
This is what
hard
happened
on the vehicle.
To Darrell.
It is.
Darrell's
Oh,
looped it.
he's okay.
That's
just a
fine.
spin.
That's fine. It's not even a crash.
Yeah. No, he got. Yeah, he's fine.
Right. So,
Good.
I don't know
Good,
what
good, good.
I don't know what the negative impact of that will be for Spencer. He's back out racing already with a fixed car
Yeah,
and
and
a full tank of
Martin
fuel.
as well. So
And
they're,
Martin,
they're
yeah.
out and they're, you know, keeping each other company.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything in that was just a
Malicious.
racing incident.
Yeah, it was
you
just
know,
normal.
racing incident,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Just very unfortunate the bounce on the walkout, Martin.
Yeah, and you've got to remember the speed that these guys are travelling at is absolutely
And
phenomenal.
Spencer, I got hold of that car, you know, and
Yeah.
that was like, he just had control of it. Then it bounced off the wall, and there was nothing he could do.
Yeah, the wall murdered Spencer that time, it has to be said. So we've had quite... Oh, hang on. What? Oh, while we were watching that, Alan, everything's changed
Yeah,
at the front.
Pete's- Yeah.
Right,
Pete's,
what happened here?
What's happened to Pete? Oh dear.
Pete's been shuffled back 2 positions. And I don't know why. Ah, here we go. Oh, no. Yeah, here we go. No, that's the wrong one. I've clicked the wrong one, folks. I wanted this.
Miguel's back as well, isn't he?
He is. Right, so this is whatever started it off.
There we go.
Sorry you didn't see this first hand.
Ah,
So he's popped out of the slipstream. And he's done him before he gets to quarry, but I think it's all going to go badly going up through the cutting by the look of this.
is that? Oh, it is straight. That paint on Pete's bonnet always makes me think he's got a bend. That black bit at the side of it.
Yeah,
It always makes it look like the bonnet's bent, doesn't it?
it does, yeah. It's a good point, actually. It's the way that the 2 panels meet with the different lines of black paint. So, somewhere up and over the... Oh, it's going to be the dipper. Right.
Well,
I know I'm
Pete's-
following this for a while, folks, but it'll be worth it, I assure you, because Alex has got a huge lead here, and he's about to give it all up, and I think that's what shuffles everybody back. And I think it's going to be leaving the dipper. No. Stand utterly corrected.
It's got to be somewhere around here.
Yeah. Maybe it's at Forest. No. What the hell? Can't watch an entire race in replay. I've done it before nearly, but... so, Alex...
Those locking bar.
Yeah, Alex tries to break the toe. Everybody's separated quite nicely.
Yeah, this looks very harmonious.
It does, doesn't it?
Wow, Stephen gobbled up some territory there.
He did. Ah, right, okay, so lots of curb for Pete Newman, and then Stephen's going to get alongside him going into Murray's, and it's going to be a done deal right here. Okay, we watched an entire lap for... in the end, it was a very nice overtaking
Absolute
maneuver,
classic overtake by Stephen.
but sorry about that, folks. Pete
Oh, you shouldn't be sorry about that. That was lovely.
Pete thought it was going to be a lot earlier on the lap than that was. So Stephen now is unleashed at the back of Alex's car.
Don't expect much to have happened here in that time, and I wanted to see what happened because it was a very tidy piece of driving.
It was. We've got a 5-car train for first place now. Alex, Stephen, Pete, Miguel and Kenzie. I'd be worried if I was any of the top 4 because Kenzie only knows one direction, and that's to the top. It's generally to the top or die. That's how it works. Stefan.
Well,
Oh, Stefan's got ahead of Jamie Jeffrey.
Casper's. Well, he's still in 6th, and he's got Simon. He's got a second on Simon. So, and then we've got this eager little bunch here with my captain in it.
Yeah. Well, this is coming to the boil now because actually it's Stefan going a little bit backwards. So Sam Blees and Tyler have both passed him. Next up on that menu is Jamie Jeffrey. I mean, Stefan's holding his own quite nicely, and he's probably on a strategy anyway.
Doing a blooming good job.
Yeah.
He is.
Well, he got into the...
And more to the point, how can you not be enjoying that?
I know, that's just amazing, isn't it? There's a bit of a small code brown there, as Stephen Walker takes the fastest lap of the race by quite a margin, actually. Half a second faster than anybody else.
What?
I know, it's ridiculous.
I know it's a big lap, but cracking off a second.
I know.
He has been, it's been mustard these last few weeks.
Yeah. So there is a gap behind Kenzie at the minute. So there's Kenzie, and here is Casper. So that's a 5-second gap, and Casper leads this. I think he's going to bridge that gap because we know how fast he is.
No, I'm kind of, so I'm hoping that he will, and I'm hoping that it's going to tow Simon up there as well and Sam.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's actually in a position where he looks like he's towing Simon and Sam is
crazy.
That says an awful lot for the young man.
It does. It does. Good evening to Chris Jackson on the chat, and also good evening to Mary and Logan and Ella, the rest of the Jackson family. He's another one that would think that these cars are the wrong way around, Alan, with the go wheels at the front instead of the back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm a bit rear wheel drive myself, as you know.
I'm a bit shocked.
I do like these cars. They've got a different. It's like a different world actually driving one of these.
It is, yeah. I'm a bit shopping trolley myself. It seems to be what I do with cars. Right, so up and over the top of the mountain we go. We're not quite there yet. There we go.
It's a
Now
very
we are.
different challenge driving a front wheel car, though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It's a very different challenge. The way you drive them, the patience you have to have in the corners and everything. It's a very different thing from chucking it in with a little MX-5 with a bit of rear wheel grunt where the back end's going to come out. You know, you've got a bit of controlled oversteer. You don't have that on this.
No, you don't. And you got to look at the speeds that these guys are doing. I don't know whether we can even see it. Do I have a speed telemetry anywhere? Can you even see it on that screen? I'm not even sure you can.
Oh,
It's Mach 5.
bloody quick
I think
it
it
says.
says
Did you
Mach
see
5.
that? Bloody quick.
Yeah, bloody quick. We'll go with that, yeah. Does it do speed on this thing?
He's got it in 6th.
I know.
Well done.
It's very impressive. Top speed. Let's have a look at top speeds. 240 kilometers an hour. What's that in old money?
60, 120, about 150 miles an hour.
Let's see how accurate Alan is. He's usually spot on. 244 is exactly right. 151 miles an hour. Well done, that's Alan. Pete had to get a calculator out. Where are we now? Let's have a look. I need to change to a different camera.
And these are slim cars that you go and do shopping in, remember?
Well, of course. Yeah, these are not sports cars per se. 151 miles an hour in your average car with some bits ripped out of it and a roll cage inside it. Not quite the same, is it? Oh, and Chris Needham's gone to pit road. And I think this is scheduled. This is a normal stop. So.
Why is Spencer in 29?
What?
Why is Spencer in 29?
Because he had that off with Martin Shirley.
Did he? Yes. Did he take? He didn't take fuel though, did he? He was in and out, wasn't he?
He will have taken fuel, I think. Although I'm assuming he will have done.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They seem to be in and out very quick. You would imagine he would, because it was something like 7th lap, wasn't it? So
yeah.
that's a meaningful amount of time. It's a meaningful amount of laps around here that you could.
Yeah, he may be able now, if he could get in traffic later on, fuel save in the tow of somebody, enough to, balance that off. He looks a bit ragged coming out of Forest Elbow there, so I don't know whether he's got other issues. That is David Ayres behind him. Martin Shirley has gapped him. Martin Shirley's now a minute ahead of him, so I think Spencer's had something else happen. I think you're right. He is out of place. Well, let's find out why. Has he been to the pit road twice? He's been to pit road twice, Alan. That'll do it.
That'll do it.
I think it may have been a naughty pit lane entry. You remember when he was
no,
going
not
over
a
the...
drive-through.
I think he's done a penalty because his pit lane time for his second stop was 1 minute 22. So that's ruined it for Spencer.
Well, he's got a good challenge now. He's in 29th.
Yeah.
He knows what he's got to do, and all he's got to do now is do
Oh,
it.
Chris! Oh my!
Ooh.
Oh my! Chris Dixon was
Well
nearly...
done, Chris, holding on to that,
Yeah.
and Code Brown.
Yeah, they nearly had to bury him just on that corner there. So Chris Jackson asks how we're doing, Alan.
Well, Chris, I'm glad to say, and we're doing very well.
Yeah, we are. Jamie Wilson getting very intimate with Dietmar, and Dietmar's let him go. Right, Dietmar doesn't want a bar of that. He wants Jamie to have a pop at these two Racing Forces cars.
Two Racing Forces. Yes,
Yeah.
well, I bet they were thrilled to see Kenzie turning up
I know, yeah.
in yellow and blue.
So you've got two of the Racing Forces teams here, even though you can't tell necessarily. The first car, that Veloster, is in the hands of Demis Ticcilar. He's a TRL Racing Forces car. And Tony Walker, who's about to show himself just behind, is a Hydra Race Racing Forces car. Same stable, different sponsors. TRL stands for the Racing Line, by the way.
Yes, something I know very little about, Pete.
Yeah, I usually employ some binoculars in order to see the racing line.
I've started using radar now. It's a lot easier.
Yeah. No, I'm multitasking, aren't I, Alan? I'm doing cameras, I'm doing scoring, I'm doing replays, I'm doing chatting, I'm talking nonsense.
Pete does all the work, and I sit here drinking the whiskey.
Yeah,
it's a very good arrangement.
Yeah. So at the front, we are as we were actually. Everybody's holding station. It's like a game of chess, this one, but it's very fast chess, Alan.
Yes,
Speed chess.
they're nobody's putting up much of a threat on. I think they're just working out the laps, and none of these lot presumably have pitted.
Not at all. So the first 25 cars on your screen who have not pitted.
He's going in now. I
Ah,
must have had a feeling.
yeah, you did. Your feeling was appropriate to the situation. That releases Alex Savlano later to pick up some more lead lap points, although I think he's got his quota of 3. That's all you're allowed. As these guys go again.
The front.
No, where's Pete Newman going to pop out, though? That's the thing. Is he still going to his box? Yes, he is. Pit lane here is punishing, isn't it? It's so slow.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. This is on now. So, Dietmar letting Jamie Wilson get through these Racing Forces cars was a good idea because he's picking the lock, Alan.
Well, he's a master locksmith.
Isn't he? And look at that, Dietmar may actually benefit from doing that strategy. So here's a lesson for all the developing drivers out there. You don't know.
Coming out.
Oh yeah, he's come out just ahead of Anthony Hilton there. You don't need to be the one that does the overtake necessarily on your own. You could use a faster driver or another driver to lever a car in front of you out of the way and then monopolise on the back of that.
Often we see it, somebody coming through, with some poor sod losing 2 places.
Yeah. So this is Casper
Do
now.
the wagon train on you, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Casper's gonna have to.
Look at this. This is tasty, isn't it?
Yeah. Magda's gonna be screaming in his ear. Get a move
Wow,
on.
This is what a battle, Sam and Casper.
This is gonna be
The old
tasty.
master and the new master.
Yeah.
This is a bit of, well, what would you say?
I
It's a
don't
bit
know.
of Rembrandt versus Van Gogh.
Yeah.
Who's the painter on the block?
Well, you think the Honda will be good out of the corner, but I think the Elantra's going to eat up the yards up to the back of it because that's what the Elantra does. We've found that the Elantra is kind of the balanced car of all of them. The Honda's great out of corners and pretty good in a straight line, to be fair. The Velocitor's very good around the tight turns, and the Audi just munches up mileage, doesn't it?
Yes. The Lantra's handy on the curbs. It handles the curbs well.
Yeah.
And it's generally not outstanding in anything, I don't think, but it's just very good at everything. And yeah, that's these other
that's
cars
wide.
have all got
Oh. So Sambly's lacking
nice
some
lump
grip.
of grass, and can you
Yeah.
get round the whole corner? Let's see their form through here.
Yeah.
Braking at 50.
Nice. Good
That's
amount of
it,
curb.
Yeah, nice bit of curb. They're
Yeah.
helpful curbs. They're all grippy.
They are. Yeah. So up the hill we go again. Lots of movement in the field. Jamie Wilson is the best performing driver in an upward trajectory. He's there further back down the road with another Racing Forces car to go after. He is up 6 places from his start position. No fuel saving going on there, that's for certain. Then Dick Crowther is up 5 places, as is.
Yeah, doing well
Yeah,
again.
very good again. Ooh, that is a car with no front end on it, and that looks like a Jura Larkinen driven Honda. It is. So he's lost a front end somewhere along the way.
He'll get a new one.
Yeah, I mean that must have been recent, because why would you have passed pit road?
He's clearly strategizing.
I've got no event for that whatsoever. I've not even got an off track. What the hell? Oh well.
Oh, it's probably in the
Ooh.
supermarket car park.
Yeah. Jamie Jeffrey and Simon Trundle have been going at it because Jamie's now in front of him, and this is how he managed it. This might be in a quarry. Wow, he's a mile back. What's going on here?
Yes,
That might
that's,
be Stefanov. Oh no, we're not in quarry. We're going down to the chase, and oh wow, he's
Whoa!
absolutely done him there. No lube required on that one.
Crikey. Well, he was confident on his brakes there, wasn't he?
That was remarkable. I don't know whether Simon's done it
He's done that
tactically.
before. We've seen this with Jamie. He's really very confident overtaker. You know that he knows where the limits of his car are.
Yeah, and he's already after
He
Stefan.
tries to stay within them.
Yeah.
He's very good at staying within limits and still getting every tenth of performance out of his vehicle.
Yeah, he's already getting Stefan. So 2 places in 2 laps for Jamie Jeffrey. I thought it was a let go from Simon Trendle. I'm not so convinced anymore. You all right back there? Oh no! Oh, we've got a bad one. We've got a bad one.
Oh no, don't.
This is Chris Dixon and Max Nevin Chaney. Chris Dixon's offline already, and he's going to collect Max.
It's the classic.
Oh,
It's the classic.
it is. That's the dipper claiming scalps.
We've been there and done that.
Yes, so many times, so many times. Carl Hardy has now passed Simon Trendle. Simon Trendle has got problems.
Yes. Now I was a bit surprised that
Yeah.
Jamie got past him quite so readily.
I think Simon's trying to hit a number now.
So he's got a bit of previous for doing that.
Chris Jackson.
Okay.
Chris Jackson's doing a virtual cheers with you on the over the whiskey front.
Oh, good man.
Yeah.
I'm on my Tam. Pete buys me a bottle of Tam Navulin every season, and that's what I drink on Wednesday night. So we're coming to the end of the season and coming to the end of my bottle.
So Jamie Jeffrey's got that done, and he's away at the races and already got himself a tidy lead. He's got that car hooked up nicely, hasn't he?
That's almost a given.
Well, yeah. Right, at the very pointy end here, Alex Savillano-Ledo leads the way with Stephen Lucky Wookie Walker in second place, Miguel Freitas in third with Kenzie. He's now in this group. He's now officially part of it. He's on it.
Yes. Now I'm interested in where Pete's doing. He's
Ooh,
in 17.
Stephen's gone to the pits, Alan.
Yes. Well, I'm not surprised. I mean, Pete went and he tried this early pit stop last week and it didn't work out for him. I wonder if he's trying it again.
Maybe.
He seems to be up the field a bit from where he was when he took his fuel.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of cars gone to pit road now. Pit road is busier than the track.
Oh, it's all happening. Where are we? Lap 15.
Yeah.
Ooh, big lap 15. So there you go.
Max Nevin Chaney's car is off the ground, so he's taken tyres in his stop.
I wonder if he meant to, or whether he just forgot to untick them.
I don't know whether you need them or not. Some people say that having the fronts done is a big
Yes,
advantage.
that's right. Yes, especially in a run like this. If anybody was going to change the fronts, this would be the race to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of these corners really scrub them. Right, and Kenzie is literally pushing Miguel. Literally pushing Miguel up the mountain.
That's nice of him.
Yeah, you know, you don't need to use your own fuel, do you, if you've got Kenzie pushing you up the hill?
I wonder if Kenzie noticed when Miguel lifted his foot off the gas.
I know, yeah. Eco driving by Miguel Freitas.
Oh, look at this. This is great shots, Pete. I love these shots coming down here.
I know.
It really puts people in the car. People who've never done this and people who want to know what it feels like. It's just puts you in the car.
terrifying. It's terrifying.
This is what iRacing's like.
Yeah.
It's like sitting in one of these cars going down here. And when you hit that car in front, I can tell you, it shakes your back teeth.
It does.
Don't think that nothing happens. It does happen large.
Here we go. Right, we're popping out of this slipstream now. That's our.
Oh, this is great timing to do this, Pete.
I know. That's our teammate in front of us. If you take my point, and Miguel's let him have it. He's gone. Yeah, if you want it that much, it's yours. I'll get you later. Right, he's going to pits. I think they're all going to pits. Right, that's the end of the fuel then, Alan. What did we get out of that? 15 laps
Yes.
and 35 minutes. How many times are we coming to pit road, did we say? Oh dear.
Well, one more for at least.
At least, yeah. Right, so.
Tyler's in.
Oh yeah, I think that's everybody because I think Simon Trendle. Oh, Simon Trendle.
Tyler's stayed out.
Yeah.
But he's been saving fuel for half an hour.
That's the reason that people have been passing him like it was just too easy.
Yeah. Now he's just passed all of them like it's
Well,
too easy.
he's got a
But
free.
it is.
He's got a free
They're on the pit.
championship point there for leading the lap.
It's very nice to be able to. I find it a dab. I'm a dab hand at overtaking people when they're in the pit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the way I go by them, it's effortless.
I know.
honestly, people.
It's
I'm
blast
way back
through him,
there.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
no, that's Casper. And Sam.
Who's that pulling up?
Sam Blees.
Is that Sam?
What's happened there? Oh, hang on. Oh, this looks bad, actually. Right, what's happened here? Oh, that's the end of it. Casper's car is already toast. Right, we'll go back to this bit, shall we?
Oh, they've got to quit to the pits if he's.
Something's
This is
happened.
going to be just after the pit entry.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
So was that Casper getting that wrong, or was it Sam
Casper
getting
got
that
that
wrong?
wrong, didn't
Do you
he?
think?
I don't. Well, something happened.
This is
And
on
he
board
ran into
with
the back of
Casper.
him. Generally, if you're running into the back of somebody, it's your own fault.
Oh, he was too hot for the corner, wasn't he?
It was way too hot.
Yeah, so I think that is Casper's.
And to be honest, if you're hitting somebody from the rear, it's generally your fault
Yeah.
because you're not supposed to do that.
No, it's for you to pass safely, isn't it? Right.
But yeah, that's unfortunate. But he's got the car going up.
Yeah, he's had to because he's got to do the rest of the lap or reset the car.
Yes, well, that's a whole lap, but it seems his pace seems okay. So,
Well, it's not because these guys are stacking on him now. So,
well, I thought he was going to have to be out pushing it, Pete.
yeah, I mean, the steering wheel in that thing was pointing into somebody else's car at one point.
It's a shame that he's got to go in the pits now.
Yeah, I mean that's
Oh dear.
like fighting an octopus. That's one of Jamie Wilson's favourite sayings. You want to stay off the grass as well. I've done that before, and you just die
Ooh.
instantly. He's letting cars go, which is good.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they're quite sure what's happening.
No, and he's probably not in the same chat as them. So unless they've got main Vox
He will,
on,
yeah, hopefully will have told them.
yeah. So what's happening at the front? Simon Trendle has gone round again, Alan.
It's got Miguel now in sight behind.
But has he got a solar powered car? Is it Michael Taliancic driving this thing, or what? What's going on here?
I'm not at all surprised. I do think you actually cocked him that he was doing this early.
I kind of did, but then I doubted myself and thought, maybe it's something else. But no, this is it. He's hitting a number. Casper's gone to pit road now.
Well, he's being forced into that, isn't he?
Well, yeah, he's got no choice. I mean, that's his second visit.
When did he take his first stop?
I can't tell now because SDK doesn't let me see it anymore.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, it just shows me the current one.
I wonder if he's
Look
going to
at
take
that.
more.
Oh my god. Freewheeling it over the top of the mountain. Not touched the gas for about a quarter of a mile. Still not touched the gas. Now he has. He only dabbed at the gas to try and straighten the car up. Look at that.
No brakes. Coming through there, you're not allowed to use your brakes.
Yeah, you should be in the wall. Yeah.
You've got to be a dab hand at steering to do that, let me tell
Yeah,
you.
definitely. That is a fantastic piece of car control. If you,
That really was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's just so typically Simon.
yes.
It's beautiful. He's a really wonderful driver.
So now everybody else is bricking it because now they think, well, he's just managed to fuel save 2 full laps of fuel. Does that mean that he can now only pit once? Or
does it
rather,
mean he
the
can walk on
fastest.
water?
Well, yeah. Sam Blees is out of the race and he's gone. So does that mean now that his last stop is going to be the shortest stop you've ever seen in your life, and therefore just overtake everybody in pit road?
He's going into the pits, and we'll find out.
Oh, that's a good point. Yes, he's in pit road now. So we're not going to know where he's going to pop out because I'm too stupid until the very last lap of the race. It still makes it exciting, doesn't it, Alan?
Well, he's had a lot of. Yeah, well, it does for me.
Yeah.
It's for everybody else. I'm excited. You don't know what's going to happen.
No. So we're gonna.
My friend Pete's still hanging on in the top 3. I'm delighted for him. He's been there and thereabouts. He's been overtaken. He didn't let his morale fail, and it's still there, hanging in.
Yep.
I'd take that early stop and fight his way back, and crikey.
I've lost my mouse. There we go. Right, got it. Yeah. So he's
So
stalking.
he's back. He's got back into 3rd place after that. It's amazing because he was in 17th a couple of minutes ago, if you remember.
I know, yeah. And we've got the two Racing Forces cars. They're not both Hydra race. They're at Split. Alex is at the back of the queue now, which I'm confused about because he was leading the race. And Kenzie had a longer pit stop than he did, so not sure what happened there exactly. Both of these two had much longer pit stops than everybody in front of them.
They didn't change tyres, did they?
No, I don't think so. It's not. Oh my god! Well, maybe they did. Look at the.
Careful.
Let's go and have a look. Actually, scroll. Oh, Pete Newman's crashed. It says clearly not.
Oh no!
Oh,
Don't do that.
or has he?
Yeah, he has.
Oh, he has just now. Like right now. Oh my god, that's a bad one. That's McPhillamy Park, and then
of course, the poor lad.
Skyline, and then facing the wrong way. Never good.
Oh, kicker in the rear just to finish off.
Yeah.
That's his race, I would say.
I would say so because he's already been in. Hopefully, he's not used his fast repair. He stayed in the car. That's a good sign. Martin Shirley passes Spencer McCarthy. Don't see that headline very often. What's happened here?
Oh, Martin's going in the pit.
Ah, right. So Martin going in the pit. Spencer going around the outside of him. Passes him in the pit lane entry and then gets overtaken again. Fair enough. Oh dear. Hilarious. Right. Where are we
He's having
now?
one of those fast repairs.
He is, yeah.
I have fast repairs.
Pete Newman in the pits is staying in the pits for quite a long time. He must be getting repair. Oh my god, that car looks so ill.
That's a poorly car. He's had to quit back, so he's still being towed. Pete.
Oh, of
He's gonna be towed
course.
for another
Sorry.
20 minutes.
Yeah, I am utterly stupid. And hopefully he didn't use his fast repair on, getting a fly off the windscreen or something. I've done that before. I've forgotten to. I've thought, it won't do anything, and you've got like a hairline scratch down the side of your car, and it repairs it for you. So.
Well, this is very interesting now because things have looked up for Miguel and Stephen.
I know, yeah. I was just going to say, this is the same race, folks, believe it or not. But it's Miguel that's leading.
Times have changed.
Yeah. Two of the fastest cars in the whole league at the front of the race with a 10-second lead over 3rd place, which is Kenzie and Alex Savolano-Ledo. Now, maybe the two Racing Forces cars are fuel saving. I don't think that Kenzie knows how to fuel save. He only knows one pedal, and it's the one on the right, and he's just tagged the inside wall, inside hits.
Well,
I was talking about it before.
We know that Alex has had tremendous pace.
Yeah.
These last couple of weeks, so really has been flying. So, and Kenzie is traditionally grease lightning. So, and that's in a V8. That's where I've seen Kenzie.
Absolutely right. Yeah.
Driving a V8 is just so different from this. You can't barely imagine it. It's one of the things I admire so much about Simon is that he can perform in a V8 on a Saturday and then drive one of these things on a Wednesday so effectively.
No, it shouldn't be allowed. Right.
Yeah.
So a big shout out to Tyler Newitt, who in his first race, well, effectively driving in reverse, he is in 5th place, Alan.
It's playing a blinder, isn't it?
Yeah.
His love of the place is coming through, but he's still carving beautiful lines in that car, and it's not the same when you're used to the rear-wheel drive car. It doesn't. at all responding the same way.
No, it doesn't.
I wonder if he drives the front-wheel drive car at home.
He told me once what he drove. I'm sure he said a Honda Civic. I might be completely wrong with that. I think that's a lie. Right, so Jamie Jeffrey finds himself in 6th place now with Carl Hardy right on his heels. Stefan Goebel has ended up back in his start position of 8th. And in the distance there, passing Max Nevinciani, are a pair of Team Chimera cars led by Jamie Wilson.
Fantastic.
And that is Simon I Don't Need Fuel Trendle getting chased down now by Rene Earhart. So I wonder whether the guys at the front will suddenly decide that they need to fuel save, Alan.
Well, they're probably still in time to do a bit of fuel saving.
I think they've got the opportunity to if they chose to switch to it now.
It's still half an hour.
Yeah, Spencer McCarthy to pit road. This is a scheduled stop after him having to go there on the previous one. So he's out of pit lane
time for them
sequence.
to do lots of stuff, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. This is the battle for the lead. These two not letting each other go.
No, you wouldn't expect them to.
No.
I can't imagine that either of these could drop each other really seriously.
No, that
with
curve.
the toe, with the toe as well.
Yeah, that curve is brutal, isn't it, at the chase?
It is. It is.
Knocks your fillings right out.
Of course, the Elantra's pretty good with it.
Yeah, whereas
It's pretty good around the curbs.
that Honda, it's pretty jarring, isn't it? Or it can be.
Right. These.
So a bit of fuel saving from Stephen Walker, but not a lot, to be fair. That he's trying to keep with Miguel. But
Yeah, well, Miguel's setting a decent pace. They're not. Kenzie's not closing the gap. They're still at 10 seconds. They're not really doing.
no,
much
you're
with
right.
it.
Absolutely right. So Stephen last lap did a 2:19.83. Kenzie last lap did a 2:20.05. So they are extending the lead over these Racing Forces
Yes.
cars.
Yes. Well, a second's a dramatic amount, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Between these guys.
And then we got Tyler, who's he's a long way back. This is 11 seconds. But when you consider it's his first race in a TCR,
5 position. It's tremendous driving by Tyler. Absolutely tremendous.
scary.
It is. I'm glad to see him doing well. I've always wanted that young man to do well, and he's doing well, and I'm pleased for him.
So Jamie Wilson pulling away from his own teammate, but that's only because Simon Trendle's water-driven Elantra.
Steam-powered.
His steam-powered Elantra. He's just staring at the pedal. That's all he's doing. He's just glaring at it. He just says, "I want to go forwards."
It's using his meditation.
Yeah.
To
Willing the car along. That's brilliant.
it's not really. That's not touching the ground.
It's inertia keeping it going.
That's
It's a
why
mag.
it's used in
Oh,
the
Anthony!
fuel, actually.
Crowder's
look at
through on
that.
him. Yeah,
Well, that was tidy.
it was. Anthony got that cutting corner wrong. Cutting corner, not cutting corny. Where are they anyway? Rene.
Look at it. It looked to me like he was trying to come back again. Come back in.
Oh, did
See
he?
what happened?
Hang on, where's he gone? Where's Anthony?
Yeah, they were. It was right straight back up his exhaust pipe. I don't think he's going to get happily dropped. Be interested to see how long he can hang on here.
Yeah. Let's keep with it
Because,
then.
I don't know if these two have had a coming together.
No.
Really, Terry. It's,
It's a good battle so far. They've got JB DJ just behind them. I got it right for another time, Alan. Shocking. He's going to come into view now. There he is. So he's gaining on them, actually.
right. Well, yeah, no. He's a very new and improved driver. He goes a lot quicker these days than he used to. He's I've got used to it now. I've got used to seeing him in these really advanced positions and driving brilliantly.
Anthony Hilton here, the lead AM-Class driver. Darrell Wright is the next one, and he's had a crash. He's in 23rd at the minute, 5 places behind.
Doing well, though.
Oh, no, doing very well. That's what I'm
Yeah,
after.
yeah.
Well, he
Police
didn't have a
forward.
crash, did he? He looped
No,
it.
he had that
Yeah.
little spin. He
Yeah.
didn't get any damage out of it. And then, yeah, he's.
Oh,
He's
no.
coming up.
Chris has gone again. Chris Dixon.
Pete's back out in 20 seconds.
What's happened to Chris? Oh, this is a dipper episode, is it?
Oh,
He hit the inside
bang.
wall on the way in, and
He
then
got the inside wall.
yeah.
What we saying about inside walls?
So much at Bathurst. So much is to do with hitting the inside wall. You wanna predict the turn of the car, and you
Very nice
shouldn't.
car awareness by Chris there to keep his car in.
Yeah, and he's parked it on the grass to keep it off the racing line, which is excellent. Well done.
Yeah, we like that a lot, Chris. Well done, mate.
Yeah, that was good. Right, so these two, in a world of their own, they've got 11 seconds of grace.
Yes. They're pulling out the lead. I don't see anybody catching them unless they have a shenanigan.
No, yeah, I think you're right. The shenanigan will be with each other, I've no doubt. These two have got 12 seconds of grace over Tyler Newitt, who's bossing that Veloster. The car behind him is a lap down. Oh, hang on, we've had a multi-21. We have had a multi-21 in the Racing Forces stable. So Alex has been released now.
Now, that's interesting.
That was a let go.
Yes, absolutely, for sure. I think, Ken's has been having a bit of a go, and I think Alex thinks he's probably got a few tenths on
Yeah.
the pace, so they're trying it the other way around. See if because the gap's extending, so it makes sense to put Alex in the front and see if he can actually do something about it. Because Ken's is giving it his best shot.
Yeah, well, the Audi is the faster car. He's got a 2:19.22 as the fastest lap, whereas the Veloster has got a 2:19.34. So I know it's not much, but those tenths they gather together.
Right. Let's see what Alex does now. What we're interested in is the fact that 10-second gap is now at 12 seconds.
Yes.
Can Alex do something to put it back to 10?
Yeah, let's keep an eye on that whilst we go and have a look at Dietmar, who has caught up with Roger Morton. And is
Well, that's good driving by Dietmar, because Roger's no mug.
yeah. Roger's staying to the middle of the road to get the extra downforce. It does work.
And be right in the way, because we know what a brilliant defensive driver is Roger.
Yes. And that is a recovering Casper.
Yes, come on, Casper, my dear. This is what we want to see.
Yeah,
These are good big guys. They're out again. You got to respect that.
You
haven't
do,
Pete's out there
absolutely.
again. He's had some real misfortunes, Pete. He's been top of the league, bottom, back up again, down again,
And
like a blooming yo-yo, honestly.
And he said he loved this track, didn't he, when he was in the interview last week?
Well, he keeps coming back for more.
Yeah.
He's
Ooh,
out
here we
there
go.
again.
This is it. Miguel's had enough of being in the front, apparently. He's literally just let Stephen Walker pass him. That wasn't contested at all.
No.
And he's not having to go back, so he's happy to sit in the tow. Maybe needs to eke out some laps.
He didn't look like he was struggling to keep Stephen behind him, did he? He didn't look like he was
No.
wearing him out, so maybe this is a strategic thing, and he just wants a break.
Yeah, we'll run a lap with him and see if he's lifting into, well, the
If
next.
he's saving
next
a bit
goal.
of fuel here.
Difficult.
Maybe he's worried about his fuel.
Yeah, difficult to see if he's fuel saving leading into the quarry because it's uphill and you just kind of let the car and the engine brake take you down.
That's where it goes light, folks, over that
Yeah.
little ridge there. It's a lovely feeling.
He's off the
Go and get
gas.
yourself a force feedback wheel. And get on here and have this is the perfect time because there's a Black Friday discount for new memberships.
Yeah, that's true.
So go and go and bung out a few quid, try it for 3 months. Just it doesn't cost very much to do that. Get yourself one of those Logitech cheapo wheels. They're great to start with. They won't let you down.
Yeah.
And you can get on the road for very little money.
Yeah. A G920, that'll do you.
Yeah. There's plenty of good drivers out there. There's drivers out there on this field with one of those.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man. and they know what to do with it, and they work.
Yeah,
So,
Miguel. Miguel is on a fuel save. It's not a monster fuel save like we saw Simon doing, but
I just think he's probably worried about not getting to the end.
possible. Yeah, he's probably
Yeah.
got a number to hit now. Stephen Walker has done his number. Looking at this, because he's pulled a second on Miguel already.
Yeah, I think probably Stephen's the quickest car out there tonight.
He's definitely looking like that now. He is the fastest. He's got the fastest lap. He did that a while ago. A 2:18.84. He's the only car that's got into the 2:18s.
I only say that because he's been the fastest for the last 3 weeks by a margin.
I know, yeah. So these two,
Which is a hell of a thing to say when you've got a feel like this.
I know.
You just got to take your hat off to the lad. He's our reigning champion, and this is why.
And Chris Jackson on the chat says, "Hats off to Simon. I love the fuel save.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant, isn't it?
Finding that balance and flow teaches you the max mid-corner carrying speed." So Chris Jackson says he's got the Black Friday subscription.
Oh, fantastic news.
Yeah, and he's possibly going to be back to V8s in the new year, he says.
Oh, well, this is just great all round, isn't it? Come on, Chris.
Yeah.
And yes, all you guys and gals in the chat and Discord, get in there. Go and follow the advice of your friend and go and get yourself a subscription and get yourself on the track.
So Jamie Wilson
In the
is
pits.
in the
Now
pits.
we've got another round of pit stops for some people.
Yes, we
Is that-
do.
Is that the story here? That looks like Chris.
That's Chris leaving the pits again after repairing the car. Don't know what state that'll be in.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
By the looks of it.
Right, so that's Jamie leaving. Other Jamie is under pressure from Carl Hardy all of a sudden. Anthony,
Yes, well, that's a kind of thing to see. Come on,
yeah.
Skipper. What? I mean, that's great. Mind you, Cole does love his track. You know, we've had to spend a lot of time here, and it is. He knows it like the back of his hand, and you can see that he's confident in the car, and is really driving very well indeed.
Yeah, I mean he must be if he's on the boot lid of Jamie Jeffrey.
That's right. That's as good a pace as you could wish for. He's a
Yeah.
fantastic driver, Jamie. If you can hold a wheel like that, yeah, you haven't got very much to learn, have you?
No, these two will not let it go, will they? They've already crashed together once tonight. Oh, and now they've done it
Oh,
again.
not again.
Yeah. Oh dear. It's not working out well for these two now. Nobody hit anything significant other than Spencer that time.
I know he's waiting. Not.
He is waiting, or he's pulling up to reset the car. One of the two.
Oh no.
Let's have a look at that again.
We got damage.
Oh, hang on, that's not the right crash. Just one sec. Sorry about that. So side by side again. Let's see what happened here. Martin stays left, holds Spencer to the inside.
Oh.
So
And they just caught him as he tried to pull onto the
Yeah.
side.
yeah.
He was just trying to get his line right. Slightest misjudgment.
Well, Martin was holding him left, which I don't think there's anything wrong with. He wasn't still steering left. He was steering in a straight line. So just bad communication between two racing drivers. I think that is.
Just a fraction. That's all, a fractional misjudgment.
They'll
They've been
review.
going at it so well.
know.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed with that.
I feel like I cursed that one because I was talking about their first crash, and then lo and behold,
You know.
oh here we go, Deck Crowther and Anthony
Oh,
Hilton.
Deck's gone in the pits.
He has.
Roger was just having a bit of a
Huh?
set two just then as well.
Was
He was,
he?
yeah, there he is. Where is he? He
He's-
was with Casper.
Casper's managed to get past him.
Yeah.
This is how he managed it. We were watching that other crash when it happened. So Forest Elbow Oh, we're going to lose him behind the
Oh.
trees, so we'll have a look at that. All right, Roger's let him go,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Well, yes.
Or just
It's
got a
down
bad
to
drive.
It's
Yeah,
down to pace, isn't it?
yeah. And Casper's away there, so that's that.
Roger's got, yeah, it's just Roger didn't have the pace to stay with him, and wasn't interested in getting in his way.
No.
Good drive in, and he's taken advantage of this bit of draft now.
Maybe that was his plan all along. It's not,
Well, I hope
not a
he
bad
isn't running out of
strategy.
fuel. I hope he isn't running out of fuel as well. We've still got 20 minutes. You're running out of fuel.
So
These two are still going cheek by jowl. They're enjoying themselves, aren't they?
they are, yeah. They're going to have to get the screen burn off their monitors because all they've seen all races the back of each other's cars. Stephen Walker out front on his own.
13 seconds now.
Yeah.
You see, Alex has gone to the front, but I'm afraid he hasn't stopped the drip of tenths.
No, he hasn't. And Miguel Freitas has been to pit road since we last saw him. So he's now in 5th place. Got himself some clean air, though. Just ahead of Jamie, Jeffrey and Carl Hardy. He'll be heavy with fuel, but I think he will be able to pull away from those two eventually. Who's he got in front of him? Tyler.
Yeah. Do we know who else has got to go in? Tyler's up to 4th now. This is,
Yeah, well,
does he have to pit again?
he does. Yeah.
Right. So,
A few people in pit road at the minute. We shouldn't see everybody back to pit road for another 3 laps, or maybe even 4, depending on how much fuel saving has been done. Tyler's done a very good job of keeping this clean, I have to say.
yeah, he's driving really well. I'm excited for Carl. He's right up with Jamie, who is within spitting different distance of Miguel Freitas.
I know.
That's great driving by my captain.
It is. I mean, they will distance themselves from him when they pit, because I don't think they've been fuel saving. I think they've been absolutely gunning it. So I'll have to see what happens there. This is one of the closest battles on track at the moment. You can see it in the timing tower yourself, folks. There's a lot of people out of position now. A lot have done 2 pit stops now. About half the field have done 2.
Oh, that's
Let's
a beautiful
have a look.
line, Carl. Beautiful line. Yeah, this is great driving. They're not holding anything back. These guys, you know, they're absolutely eyes on stalks, and they'll be tired now. This has been an hour of non-stop. And
Yeah.
let me tell you, an hour of this kind of concentration that you need and mental focus is very tiring.
Yeah, and this track, because of the walls, because of the almost certain death that's involved at the top of the mountain, it's mentally exhausting. You're not just racing other people, you're racing the track and your own ability to get around it. You do get some light relaxation down Conrod Straight and over the start-finish line and up Mountain Straight to a certain degree, but the rest of the lap is pretty intense, isn't it?
Yes, and even going down Conrad, your foot to the pedal to the metal, and it's not for very long, and it's not relaxed. It's not relaxed because you're going absolutely, you're caterwauling down there as absolutely fast as you possibly can, and it's where the cars go as fast as they ever do. in that
Yeah.
race. That
And I've
They,
seen a lot of races lost on Conrad Straight on last laps. Of people getting bad exits from Forest Elbow
yes,
and getting
absolutely.
mullered before they get to the chase, and you're like, really?
Yeah.
You've just done 100 laps and you've ended up having to throw it away on the last lap.
Yes, but it's so tight to get around there perfectly every time, isn't it? It's so
Yeah.
tight. And as soon as you get that bit of tension in your arm, it's easy to miss a corner just by a fraction, miss an entry just by a fraction. Look at this.
Even when he's doing some fuel saving, it's still ridiculously fast.
Beautiful.
He at the minute has a 14-second lead over Alex Savillano Ledo, and it's building constantly. I don't know.
And he's comfortable. He's, you know,
Yeah.
he's just driving well within himself. It's not like he's having to stretch out his line. Isn't showing any stress. He's just very comfortable in himself. He's got a good setup,
Yeah.
and he's enjoying himself.
Fif-
And you can see why. He's
Yeah.
in front of some of the best drivers in the world.
15 minutes to go. That's all we've got, and he's going to pit road now. So this is what a fast pit stop looks like. Curb on the left. Curb on the
Hopefully.
right. Oh, that was a
Hopefully.
bit wild, but.
Oh, get on the brakes.
And that's, I was going to say that's
And
Casper.
is that
It's not.
Casper?
No, it's Paul Hurley.
Ah,
And then into
it's
his
a
pit
lovely
box.
Casper in the pits. Ooh.
I don't think this is going to be a long stop at all. Where, however, is Miguel? So Miguel is coming past pit lane entry. That's Tyler in front of us, giving us a bit of a tow. Might have paid off in our favour, this. Stephen Walker is at pit lane exit now.
Is he going to get out?
I think he's gone.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah, there he is.
No, that's not him.
No, that's Paul.
That's
There's-
Stephen. Stephen's.
There.
Oh, what's
Well,
that?
he's well within sight.
Yeah.
So,
It's 4 seconds. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Stephen's
It's
benefited by 4 seconds, Alan.
crikey.
So, next question. Simon Trendle. What is he going to do?
He's a long way back.
He is a long way back, but we've seen this ridiculousness before. Have they got to pit again? No, they can't have pitted again, can
No.
they? So he's going to one-stop this, is he? Is that the plan?
I would say so. Is that not he's fuel saving? You can see that.
Yeah, but that's an immense amount of fuel saving, and he's in 6th place with Jamie Jeffrey already pitted. How far back behind him is he? Oh, he's 17 seconds. So maybe Simon's going to be safe, because that's a lot of positions to lose in 13 minutes. A lot of
Yeah.
time to lose, sorry, in 13 minutes. So I think
Yes.
Simon's going to finish at worst 6th place. Miguel Freitas.
Oh,
Wow.
careful,
That
careful, careful.
crowded around Paul Hurley just there.
But he handled that well, didn't he?
He did. He did a great
His
job.
line very nicely. Wasn't panicked by
No. Ignore
too
the
God unknown come.
Ignore the banner in Paul's window. He's not a pro driver. I forgot to change it. Or rather, I changed it for last week's race, but then forgot to put it in the paint pack. And that is Tyler letting Miguel go. Because Miguel is on a completely different strategy. Tyler, I think, has got to pit again. And he's going now.
Yes.
So, Stephen Walker, you'll see Miguel come into view just behind. That's the distance between second and Glory. Glory being in the possession of Stephen Walker at the minute. Alex Savillano-Ledo is ahead with his teammate, or sister teammate, Kenzie Newhoff. But they owe us a pit stop, Alan.
Yes. And 12 seconds isn't long enough for a pit stop.
No, it's minimum 40, I think. So this one's going
I
to...
imagine Stephen's feeling quite comfortable, but he should do because he's already done the work, hasn't he?
He has, and I wonder how far back these guys are going to fall, because that might put them into Simon Trendle territory once they've pitted.
Well, 12, 17, 11.
That's
Yes,
close.
30, it's 30. Yeah, it's well, it could be a very exciting entry and exit to the pit lane. We'll wait and see
Yeah.
with some anticipation.
Yeah, Tyler's come out in 11th, which I'm surprised at. I thought he'd be out a lot earlier than that. In fact, he was in pit road for quite a long time. I don't know
Why
whether he's...
was he there for so long?
I don't know whether he's put tyres on it, or I don't know whether he's
Oh,
had a penalty.
oh dear, Tyler.
Yeah.
I thought you were looking at easily a top 10.
I did. Top 10 is right in front of him. That's Jamie Wilson, but he's now under pressure from Renee Earhart in the cutting corny Honda, who's going to put
Well, my
pressure on him
top
to
10,
the
I'm
end.
thinking, you know,
5.
the top, the higher end
Yeah,
of the top 10.
5, yeah.
Yeah, 5 or 6.
Absolutely. So these guys are reeling in the Simon Trundle, but it's not going to be anywhere near enough. There's 10 minutes to go and they've got 15, 16 seconds to pull back. My key concern... Oh, here we go. This is it. So, where will these two re-emerge in relation to Simon Trundle? So we're going to get Stephen passing now. Miguel will be well past them as well, I would think. As Stephen revs the knackers off that Honda. That was dead funny, that was. Simon's still on the chase at the minute, so I think the two Racing Forces cars will be fine. Although, they still haven't moved, have they? No. Oh, and
still haven't moved.
Kenzie's on the jacks. Alex
This
is
is
gone.
closer than they want. This is closer than they want.
Yeah, I think Alex is going to be fine. Yeah, he is. Simon's just coming over the finish line. Don't forget, start and finish are at different points on this track. Sorry, the start line. The finish line's under the bridge.
Yeah, well, Simon presumably isn't going to be in a position to push on.
No, and Kenzie here may well be able to overhaul him quite quickly.
Because Simon is definitely going to be very discerning with his thrust.
Something I've never been.
He's an expert at it.
So, Tyler giving the lights to Jamie Wilson.
Tyler's giving the old flasheroonie.
That's for a wind-up because these two have raced together for many, many years. Like, many years.
I imagine Jamie's got a heck of a shot to see Tyler behind him in a front-wheel drive car. He doesn't, he's probably hallucinating here.
Tyler's doing all the tactics at the minute as Jura Larkinen tries to put a move on JB DJ.
Oh, that's fourth time.
Is it? Oh, yeah. Cool. I think it's in my head now. That's good. And JB's fighting him. Oh, he's gone around the outside of him. It's a bit naughty. You want to get that back, JB?
That was bloody fancy, wasn't it?
It was.
Fancy pants, that was. Goodness me. Look at this. Now, for somebody who's fuel saving, he seems to have got the bit between his teeth.
No, that's Jamie Wilson, that one.
Oh, it's a shame.
The other...
I could do with Simon be able to drive his car like that, but I just don't think he's got any petrol.
No. This is Simon. I don't know what it's like inside that car at the minute. We've got 7 minutes to race. He's got Kenzie bearing down on him. Let's have a look at what the fuel strategy is.
Oh, dear.
Dan is on the chat. Dan Mould shouting for Deck. Where is Deck?
Oh, well, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, Deck is in 18th, up 7 places.
He's been doing very well ever since he came to us. He's been, this is his 3rd week. He's never failed to perform very well.
No, he's done really well. So, where's Kenzie in relation to Simon? So you can see him. And he's reeling him in reasonably quickly. Because I don't think Kenzie does fuel saving. I think Kenzie does point, squirt and overtake. Wrestling that Audi round Quarry Corner there.
You made that look easy.
Yeah, that was pretty smooth actually. There was a bit of snappy on the wheel.
Yeah.
This is through the cutting here. Up the hill we go. Avoid the wall on the right.
As well. Goodness me.
Very nice.
Didn't scrape any paint at all. What's
No.
wrong with the lad?
He doesn't understand how you're supposed to drive this track, I don't think. Avoid the paint on the right. Avoid the paint on the right. This is all I say in my head. Through McPhillamy Park, do not do inside hits on this wall.
Let's see how we get around here.
And don't do it on this one either.
Is he watching any pace off? No.
No, just absolutely muller it right through the cut. Straight through the S's.
That's why it took me 2 years to learn to get through here, because I
Yeah.
used to crash every time.
Yeah, me too.
Just couldn't time it.
Absolutely majestic through there, and he's wiped a second out of Simon in, what's that, half a lap? Unbelievable.
Absolutely brilliant sequence of corners.
Yeah.
That's just
Well done, Kenzie.
flashy driving, that is.
Oh, yeah. So Tyler finds himself back in his start position of 10th place, chasing down Jamie Wilson with Rene Earhart right behind him.
Well, I hope he's enjoying the race, because he's had his ups and downs, but he's had plenty of racing to go at, hasn't he, Tyler?
Yeah. Be interesting to see how he, if he's got anything to say on what he thought of it all, because it's a different experience for certain.
Yeah, absolutely.
These guys are mega fast, and to have someone like Tyler join this league, and I mean, 10th place is immense, isn't it? You know,
Yeah,
that's
fantastic.
ridiculous.
But it just points up how well people like Casper do every week, and we've seen Martin up there, and we've seen Carl up there, right up in 5th, 6th, 7th places, and you can't say enough about how hard that is to do, and how hard you have to drive, and what a great performance that is against such fierce opposition. They're going to be absolutely shattered, but there's going to be some very smiley faces after this.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. Jamie Wilson should be one of them. He's up 11 places. He's the most. He's moved more places forward than anybody else in this race. 11 places.
Well, he's keeping hold of them, that's the thing.
Well,
He's
yeah.
moved forward, but moved rearward just as readily, unfortunately. But we want Jamie to get up there and do absolutely what he's doing, which is driving his car superbly and keeping an eye out for his friend Tyler behind him.
Martin Shirley has passed Paul Hurley.
Martin Shirley and Paul Hurley.
Yeah. Tyler's back on the flashy light button. You can quit that crap right now.
I don't think it's going to work on Jamie, to be honest.
Nah. I
And
think
perhaps he's trying to
winding him up.
hypnotise him. I think he's trying to hypnotise him.
He's on it again.
Hypnosis.
Oh,
Look into my light.
Yeah, tag the wall
Yeah.
there for his light flashing
Not
troubles.
you, mate. I'm off ski. Oh. They're confident around these corners, aren't they?
Shockingly so. Shouldn't be allowed. Right, so this is it now for Kenzie. In a moment, you'll see where Simon is.
Big chunk of blue at the top there, Pete.
Yeah, there is.
We've got, but no, where the greens start.
I know, 7th place. We've lost a couple along the way. Spencer McCarthy, Sam Blees, David Ayres from AM Class.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. What's happened to Max? Is Max done as well?
No, he's on. Oh, he's gone to pit road again, but I don't think it's for anything naughty.
Just for his fuel.
Yeah, he pitted very, very early in a crash, if you remember, down at the dipper.
Oh, Paul's gone in as well. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
Not anything bad to the lad. He's doing very well.
Martin Shirley keeps out of the leader's way.
At least there's a bit of space between the cars on the track map now. When they're all bunched into one corner, it was a bit hairy.
Yeah. It shows Stephen Walker's massive lead, so he's going to approach. This might actually be the last lap.
Really?
Yeah, I think we're on the last lap now.
Or 19. Yes, could well be.
I don't think he's going to get round to the start-finish straight in under 30 seconds. Is he? No, I don't think so.
No.
So off down Conrod straight he goes. There's going to be tight between Kenzie Newhoff and Simon Trendle because Kenzie is approaching at speed. I don't think Simon's got anything for him in terms of like petrol.
Right, no. He has got gravity on his side at the moment.
Yeah, 9 seconds.
He's going to need it as well.
Yeah, this is definitely the last lap, and this is definitely Stephen Walker to a race victory of huge proportions. He's beaten everybody else, including the likes of Miguel, Simon Trendle, Kenzie, etc., by a whopping 11 seconds. And there we go, Stephen Walker.
Yes.
Champion of
Congratulations,
champions. Yeah.
Stephen. Fantastic drive.
Miguel might wonder, what else do I have to do?
Well, second place.
Yeah.
I think, that's pretty good going. And Alex has done a great drive, hasn't he?
He really has, yeah.
He's been there or thereabouts all
Not-
races. Added so much to it. He's been there and it's great. And look at Simon.
Is he going to manage
Come
this?
on,
Or is
Simon.
Kenzie going to
Come
get
on.
him? Oh, Kenzie tried and everything. Yeah, not
Ah,
quite enough. Not quite enough.
exciting till the last few yards.
Yeah.
Can you believe it? Look at that. What a race. Come on, guys.
Jamie stayed ahead of
Bring
Carl
them home
Hardy.
safely. Come on, Captain.
Yeah, flashing lights. And that is
Yes.
Stefan.
Fantastic. Come on, Steph.
He's finished
What a
8th
drive,
place.
matey.
Finished in his start
Strong
position.
top 10 finish. Beat Tyler Newitt. That's extra doing and he's returned to the league.
Yeah.
Great to see him here. And yeah, him and Jamie coming over the line together. Very nice. Very appropriate. And good news all round.
Tyler got him.
Well, he would do. Blooming typical.
He basically pushed him down Conrad Straight. And then pops out, going into the chase.
Who wants it more?
Yeah.
There's the answer.
Well, Jamie fought back. So,
yes, well, yes, but I don't know how you could actually stop anybody at that junction because he just absolutely killed that corner.
yeah. And Jamie did what Martin Shirley was trying to do a bit earlier and held Tyler to the inside. Didn't work out for Martin with
Look at
Spencer.
that. Oh, fantastic end to a race.
Yeah. Yeah.
Separated by a bumper's width. Fantastic.
Yeah, separated by, where are they on here? There. Separated by 0.07 of a second.
Yeah, that's not very much, is it?
Not really, no. Waiting for Dietmar to finish, and I think he's the last, yes, he is the last car.
I think I'll take this opportunity to go and attend to nature.
Excellent, excellent. While nature is being attended to, folks, I shall run us through the final standings because that was some kind of race. I honestly didn't know where Simon Trendle was going to re-emerge. He's not even managed to have enough fuel to get round on the cool-down lap. Hopefully people have remembered that you can't do the jump at the end of the Conrad Straight anymore. It just kills you. Oh, and Miguel's run out of fuel now, and he's going to get a push home from Stephen Walker, which is nice, like that. They've both remembered that you can't jump it. Somebody's tried the jump. And Miguel's trying a different version of the jumper. Is he just trying to cut the corner? Yeah, he's just trying to cut the corner. End of the race. That was Alex Sevillano-Ledo that tried the jump. And into pit road we go. Nicely done, boys. Right, let's go to show you the finishing order. Oh, I've just brought up the grid, I think, which is the wrong button to press, Pete. There we go. Right, so Stephen Walker won by 11.2 seconds in the end for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing White over Miguel Freitas in second place for Impulse Racing. And Alex Sevillano-Ledo managed to get the car home, not that far behind Miguel, actually. For TRL Racing Forces. That is your podium. Simon Trendle finished fourth for Team Chimera on a very impressive fuel save strategy. He was the only one that stopped it as we get Alan back. Kenzie Newhoff finished fifth for Hydro Race Racing Forces by TRL iRace. And Jamie Jeffrey in sixth place for Coupes and Convertibles Racing. Then the first of the Pro-Ams. Carl Hardy gets himself top spot in Pro-Am. Yay! For Result X Pure Sims. Stefan Goebel finishes second in class, 8th on track for VTS
Fantastic.
Esports, legend. And Tyler Newitt finished third in class, 9th on track for BSTV. And Jamie Wilson finished in 10th place for Team Chimera with Rene Earhart in 11th for Cutting Corny TCR team. Tony Walker in 12th for Hydro Race Racing Forces. Kasper Smirnoff in 13th for Apex 1. Chris Needham in 14th for Air Smart Racing. We've got Pete Newman, you could argue very easily, well out of position in 15th for Result X Pure Sims. Roger Morton, 16th for Safeguard by Result with Deck Crowther, 17th for Blade Designs. Demis Titular finished 18th for TRL Racing Forces. Where am I? I've lost where I am. 18th was Demis Titular, yeah. 19th was Anthony Hilton from Mellow Motorsport, and your AM-class winner, yet again, Alan, AM-class
Yes.
winner,
Yes.
just crazy, in 19th place. Jura Larkin in 20th for Hydro Race Racing Forces with JB Dejay, there you go, in 21st for BSTV. Dietmar Hoos, 22nd for Cutting Corny TCR team. Darrell Wright finished second in class, 23rd on track for Safeguard by
Yes,
result.
second in class. Congratulations, Daryl.
Yeah, very good result that. Ahead of Martin Shirley in 24th for RD Simsport and Paul Hurley in 25th for JAS. Max Nevinchani got the third step of the AM class podium in 26th place overall, with Chris Dixon 27th for Work Guard by result. David Ayres, we've got the DNFs now. David Ayres 28th for Safeguard by result. Spencer McCarthy, Hydro Race Geodesic Racing White in 29th. And Sam Blees 30th for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. Jason Haddington did not run. Okay.
Oh, don't like the look of that for poor Spencer and Sam.
No, that's going to be a big point hit in the championship for Sam. I don't know where Spencer was, to be honest. I'm just going to sort us out some post-race stuff. We're gonna,
Lovely.
Yeah, let's go and focus on. Where is he?
That was a heck of a race tonight, Pete.
It was ridiculous. It was great fun. So
It was
clean at the
great.
start. So clean at the start, and we got to lap
Yeah.
6, was it? And then it started to come away at the seams a little.
Well,
For
I didn't say
certain
anything that
races.
wasn't a pure racing incident, and
No.
and really some fine performances and great driving by everybody, and yeah, they deserve our congratulations for driving so well tonight. They've really put on a heck of a hard drive and a hard race for us, and yeah, thoroughly enjoyable. Thanks, chaps.
Yeah, very, very good. And first into the booth, obviously pure luck that he's managed to do however many laps it was of 34 laps of Bathurst and win, is our current reigning champion, current championship leader, bossing it on all fronts, Stephen Walker. Good evening.
Hola, mi amigos.
Hola!
Good
Hey,
evening.
¿cómo estás?
Congratulations, Stephen.
Gracias.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're loving it.
Super fast in that car this evening. Fastest lap I think you ended up with on a 2:18.8 something or other. You did everything right.
Apart from qualifying, yeah.
Yeah, qualifying you got a busy track, didn't you?
Yeah, I just caught Stefan just at the wrong point, and it gave us the 0 times, and it took all my time off. And then I went out again and hit the wall. Had to come back in the pits, and then on the last time, I only had time for one flying lap at the end, and I messed up one of the corners and got a 0 time. So obviously it wouldn't have counted anyway. So I was like, brilliant. So I would have, if I'd completed the lap I had behind Stefan, I would have been on pole. But obviously, you've got to do it to get it, haven't you? So
absolutely.
It's not just given to you. So everyone else was quick on 1 lap pace as well. So I was just, I didn't know what my plan was. I thought, oh, I'll just save fuel. I'll see what the other guys are doing, and they're going to save fuel. Like, what's the crack? And then Casper just lost the rear on the first couple of laps. Can't remember which lap. So I went through on him, and then I can't remember. Well, so much has happened, so I was trying to concentrate on that blooming track. You just forget. You just like, what? There's a wall there. There's a wall there. There's a wall there. There's a wall there. Yeah, it was stressful, but like Miguel, I was like, how's he saved that much fuel? I was like, and then guys were like, maybe he's just short fueled for the next stint, and I was like, maybe. So I was happy to sit behind him in that second part of the race, because I think I came out, or he came out 2 seconds ahead of me, or he was 2 seconds in front of me after I pitted, and I made that up quite quickly. And then poor Pete hit the wall, otherwise he would have been right there with us. He was on, obviously, he pitted earlier than me, But I think strategy-wise, he would have been right with me at the end. Like, he had the pace to be
Yeah.
there. It only seemed to be, by the time we got to the race, there was only one part of the track that I seemed to be a little bit better on than the others. They were matching me everywhere else.
Right. Okay. From what I saw, it was a very clinical performance. You did all the right things at all the right times. Were you at all concerned about Mr. Trundle and his solar-powered car tactics? And the fact that he's got to the end of this with fuel is remarkable on a one-stop. But
So
were you worried at all, or do you think, what,
I was worried for a
what
little
are you
bit.
trying?
Yeah, no, I was worried for a little bit because I thought, well, if he does do it, will I have enough time after my second pit stop to catch him if he was like 20 seconds ahead and is only going 2 seconds a lap or 3 seconds a lap slower?
Yeah.
And then, because I just happened to look at the fuel numbers and realised that like I'd been saving in that first stint, and it was telling me I only needed to put in like 13 litres. So I thought, if he's doing that, if he's saving fuel for the whole race, I reckon he could probably save that, but it's probably costing him too much time to do it.
Yeah.
And then I think before I came in the second time, the gap between him and me was shorter than what my pit stop would have been. So I was like, oh, okay. I should come out in front of him. And then my brother and I think Tyler was with us as well. So he was like, no, he's behind me. He should be okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, cool. So yeah, I did a lot of crew chiefing today because I was stressing a little bit over the whole thing.
Well, if you're not, then it's less exciting, isn't it? You've done a fantastic job this evening. I haven't even bothered to look at where we are next week. I better look now.
I
Actually,
don't know off the top of my head.
schedule league. This one schedule is dun 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 Rudskogen. There was nearly swearing on the broadcast, folks, but never mind. I thought what you did tonight was brilliant. To win by 11 seconds over the class of this field is remarkable. We know you're a class act, and we know it's nothing to do with luck, so don't even try it. It's yet another victory for the lucky Stephen Walker. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, obviously you guys for putting it on and letting me pick this track. Obviously I picked it. It's one of my favourites, and I thought it'd work well as an endurance race. And I feel like multiple different strategies, some people pit in early and stuff like that. So shout out to everyone that tried something different. That's exactly what these races are for, and it spices things up for everyone because till you get to the end, you're just not quite sure.
You don't know, do we?
Yeah, poor Pete just clipped the wall, and that was his race over. I feel for him because he was right there. So I think it would have been an exciting end to the race had that happened. Yeah, my brother Carl for lobbies. I think Anthony put some lobbies up this week or something. I can't remember what Carl said, and just everyone for turning up and just getting on with it. And I think there were good races up and down the grid. Some of the gaps between some of the people looked quite close.
It was
when I was
Stephen.
taking
It was
the
great racing tonight. I think it
Yeah.
inspired everybody, mate. It certainly inspired me. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and I'm glad we were able to do it as an endurance race. I think it works much better than a sprint and a 40
It was
minute.
fantastic champion's choice, mate. Couldn't have worked out better for the entertainment for us. Everybody enjoyed that race, and a great result for you. And yeah, perfect.
Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.
No, very well done, and we will see you at Rudskogen, swearing in your helmet, this time next week for a sprint feature. Stephen Walker, everybody.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, nice, Stephen.
Right, next
Didn't you
up.
do well?
Yeah, very, very well, yeah. Next up, we will bring... hang on. We will bring into the booth, if I can press all the right buttons, previous champion, let's get him on screen, Miguel Freitas. Good evening.
Miguel, yay.
Hello.
Hello.
Miguel.
So, you had no peace at all in that race. You were always racing in and around somebody, and Bathurst is an intense track when you're trying to concentrate on the track, and you had a race full of people as well. You had Alex, you had Casper, you had Stephen, you had the two Racing Forces cars at one point. They just wouldn't leave you alone, but you managed to get round, and it looked like your car was in perfect nick by the end of it.
Call it perfect is a little bit of a stretch.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, the first stint was quite nice. I almost killed myself on lap 3. I hit
Right.
the wall very hard, but
Oh.
luckily no damage. And yeah, after that I just was behind the first group trying to save a little bit of fuel to have a shorter stop. But yeah, after that I was just putting in the laps until 2 or 3 laps to go, where I had a crash with a lapped car. But yeah, I was a little bit slower, but I managed to bring it up to the line in second. So that
Right.
was great.
Yeah.
But no pace to catch Steven, even with a perfect car.
Right. Okay. Yeah, he was pretty quick tonight. Well, we
That's
missed.
very honest of you, Miguel.
Yeah.
Very honest indeed. And yeah, it was a hard race tonight, wasn't it? Long and hard.
Yeah, I went with -3 wing, which I think was a little bit too much because I was struggling with grip on some of the corners on top of the mountain.
Right.
Uh,
Okay.
It was very, very sketchy. I finished the race, but it was a 50-50 chance to end up in the wall.
Well,
Can you
that's it.
imagine going down that mountain with no wing?
Yeah, no, you know, seems like good odds to me, 50-50. I've barely ever made it round here alive, so that doesn't say much, to be honest. There's not many tracks that I did get around, but yeah, very entertaining. A very intense race from at the very front. That first group that went out up to the first pit stop lasted for a very long time, and Simon Trendle must have given you pause for thought when he kept going round. He was just keep going. He was like, what the hell? I expected him to do 1 or 2 more laps. I didn't expect him to do about 5, and he was still going, you know, many laps later.
Yeah, when I got out of the pits and I saw he was in front, I was, oh my god, he will pull a one-stopper and win. But then I saw I was gaining like 1 second or a little bit more per lap, and I was confident that I would overtake him
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
still, doing just a one-stopper on this track is crazy.
It's just mental, isn't it? I was expecting him to be get you know, his little driver dude outside pushing his car up the hill at some point, but no, it's great to see you on that podium. Not quite got the win like you've had the last couple of weeks, but that will come back. I am absolutely certain, because you are a fantastic racer and a previous champion of this series. Hopefully you've got something in the bag for Stephen Walker for the second half of the season, and you can rein in that gap that's going to grow a little bit more tonight, and give him some pressure and try and win the league before the end of the season. It's a long season, 13 weeks, plenty of time.
I hope so, but I hate next track coming up, so
Oh,
I don't
well,
know.
so does Stephen.
Stephen's looking forward to it.
He's not. He can't stand it. Oh dear. But anyway, it's been fantastic watching you race. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, you guys and everyone that showed up, it was an awesome race. It's a long one and a very difficult track, and we had quite a full grid, so that's always nice to see.
Yeah. Spot on and well said.
No, it was.
We look forward to you racing with us again this time next week. Miguel Freitas.
See ya.
Yeah, well done, Miguel. Fantastic racing.
Oh, absolutely. Right.
You have to have a lot of patience tonight, and yeah, these are long distances, aren't they? Lap after lap after lap.
Yeah, this is a
It's so tricky around here.
mammoth race, this. And next into the booth, third place tonight, podium finish for TRL Racing Forces, Alex Savillano Lado. I don't think the camera was off you much, it has to be said. You were in that. Yeah. You started in second place. You were in that tightly packed front group for a very long time. There was a bit of shenanigans went on when Pete speared it into the wall, and some other bumping and shaking. You got your lead laps and the points for them in pretty early on, and once Pete Newman was out your way, that is. And then yourself and Kenzie found yourselves running together for most of the second half of the race, were you trying to combat against the other tactics, or was there something else going on?
No, not really. I mean, yeah. First of all, the lead labs points are gone with the instant points, so great job by me. But yeah, no, it was just it's how it happened. Like I was telling Steven now, at the beginning of the race, I was I was comfy behind Pete, fuel saving. I had calculated my best that I could do fuel saving per lap without losing pace was like 0.2 per lap, but that wasn't enough for a one stopper. So I was just, yeah, my mentality was just like, okay, fuel save as much as you can, just to shorten the bits in general. But then people behind us were like backing up more and more. And from experience on this season, every time that happened and I didn't take action, I got involved into some kind of trouble and lost more time in general throughout the race.
All right.
So yeah, I just changed my mindset and I said, fuck it, let's move forward. Like let's pass speed and not fuel save it. And because I knew I was gonna take tires in the pits. So I thought, okay, if I just waited for Steven to get close to me, close enough that as soon as I passed speed, it opened up the door for fighting, you know?
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, I'll pass speed, try to open up a gap like 2 seconds, 3 seconds that could cover for the tire swap. And that would just compensate, I guess, give me a fair advantage over the tire swap. But yeah, as soon as I passed speed, I opened up a little gap, like 1.4 or so, or not even, I think less. But Steven was right behind me as soon as he passed the beat. He was just he was too quick tonight. So yeah, it didn't work. At that point, I knew I led for the whole first stint, so there was no way I was gonna come ahead of anyone after the
Right.
pits.
Yeah. It kind of works against you at that point, doesn't it? But yeah, I mean, you were on screen probably more than any other car, and for all the right reasons as well. You know, when you were with Kenzie, was that a let go? Did you let Kenzie take the lead and then take it back off him later, or was that a competitive overtake?
I think I can only remember one of them, and once he let me by.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if there was a second one, but he did let me by because we were just talking through the race, and he thought I had more pace. I thought he had more pace, but then we said like, okay, let me by if you want, and we'll see if we gain some time. And then he was happy with my pace, I guess, or he just didn't want to tell me I'm slow, I guess.
Yeah.
Quite typical, weren't you? Chasing Stephen, and
Yeah.
it was worth a try. Kenzie couldn't hold the lad; he was just eking out tenths every lap, and yeah, so it was worth a try to swap over and sensible team tactics. To be honest.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and celebrate your podium finish tonight?
You guys for the broadcast. Everyone who raced tonight. I don't know. I don't even know how many cars we had tonight actually.
31.
31. Okay, cool. I mean, yeah, the new entries or surprise entries for tonight. We didn't even know Kenzie was gonna show up, but apparently he shows up only for Australian tracks.
Yeah.
So, he just showed up as a surprise even for us. I was teasing him the whole week, saying, "Come on, Tyler was also gonna race. You gotta race." And he worked out. But yeah, so everyone who raced tonight, Steven for the win, Miguel, I thought he was gonna get the win, to be honest, from the first stint. He was fuel saving. I thought he was fuel saving a lot, the most out of the group. But yeah, my teammates for racing with me. Demis, he was doing a great job behind Tony, P12, P13, but he had a meatball in the end.
Right. Yeah.
So too bad, but it is what it is. And Judah didn't practice much, but still had some fair pace for no practice. And Hydro Race, Racing Line, I Race by Adam Tasma, everyone watching, I guess. And Kenzie for letting me off the podium. He forgot to uncheck the tires in the last pit.
Yeah, we saw him. Yeah, we saw him on the jacks, and I said to Alan, "Is that normal?" And Alan was like, "I'm not sure. Maybe it is." So we had no clue. But yeah, great watching you race. Fantastic performance tonight. Podium finish. Alex Sevillano Lado.
Thank you, Pete. Thank you, Alan.
Yeah, very well done, and great team performance as well.
Thank you.
Cool stuff. Right then, next into the booth, and his fuel tank is no bigger than a thimble, folks. No bigger than a thimble.
Impossible. Gardner Trendle.
Yeah, he powered his car up and over the mountain using only the power of the wind. Simon Trendle, good evening.
Good evening.
Now, I thought we decided that he was using his transcendental meditation.
Oh
to
yeah,
levitate
sorry. Yeah,
through.
yeah.
He was levitating.
I
Will
did
did
notice
you?
the hole in the floor of the car while I was running along the car.
Flintstone style.
Sorry.
That's why- yeah.
Flintstone
dear.
technique.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, you had me convinced. I was like, he's going around again. How many laps is he going to do? I thought you were going to do like one more lap, cut the second pit stop down and into something like, you know, the shortest pit stop possible. But then you just kept going. I was like, what's going on here? Talk us through it.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't sure if it was going to work because I worked it out and it was sort of like, this is tight, and it could be. The guys at the front were going so fast. It's like this could be a 35 lap race, in which case this is not going to work.
Yeah. At that
it was
point, you're
really
done,
close.
right?
Well, I'd sort of committed to it. I'd started the race and I was the top 4, 5, 6 cars all just went off like stabbed rats, and I'm sat there looking. I can't do that pace. I'm going to crash if I do that round here because it's Barfest. I'm going to die. So I was sort of following Casper, and I was like, okay, I can just fuel save this, and I was keeping it quite low down, but more than I needed to. Well, it was more consumption than I needed to save in order to make it, and it was. It got to like lap 6, 7, and I got the leader's pace, and it was a 19.6. I was like, okay, that's fine. If they're doing 19.60s, I'm okay, because if they're doing anything less than 19.3s, I'm going to get to lap 35, and I'm not going to be able to do it. So that's when I went backwards through the pack that was behind me. 'Cause I was
Yes.
having
Yeah, we
massive
saw
lifts
that.
massive
Yeah.
lifts at the end of the straight. And I was just having to hit the number, and I was having to save extra the fuel that I had been burning to keep up at that point. Yeah, and then that in lap was tense because I think I lifted at the bridge on the back straight just as I got up to the breakfast hill, and I put the clutch in and rolled all the way down to the braking zone because I just need to. And then I was coughing all the way down the pit lane. I just about made that one. Yeah, if I'd done it from the start, it would have been fine. But having to make it up was really difficult.
Oh dear. Well, that sounds either torture on wheels or absolute great fun.
You spotted it early, Pete.
I
didn't you? You
did. I
spotted
did.
it.
Yeah.
In fact, you used exactly the same term.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Changing the number.
Yeah. So maybe I'm getting good at this after 10 years. I don't know, but maybe not. You know, finishing fourth on a one. You're the only car that one stopped it. That's
I would assume so. Yeah.
well, yeah. Nobody else is crazy enough to do it. Maybe the most devastating part was seeing Jamie Wilson in front of you at one point. You must have thought, which race have I joined?
I thought this is great. I can use his tyre. I think
Yeah.
it's just rude. and then he did that anyway. It drove off, and then still got overtaken by Tyler anyway. So
Yeah, on the last lap. Crazy.
A lot of headlamp flashing going on over there.
Yeah, totally. I mean, on entertainment purposes, absolutely nail-biting stuff. I was convinced that on a track like this, a one-stop on a proper fuel save, and you're probably the only person that could do it, might actually get you to the front. But not to be this time, sadly.
no, that was never going to get me to the front. The top guys were too fast.
Too fast,
It
weren't
was
they?
too tight for me to do it. Even compared to, I think, me going flat out, I probably was a tiny bit slower. But I was just doing my own pace and my own thing. So it depends what traffic and what fighting Casper for that place that ahead of me at the time would have been like.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how it would have worked out if I'd have gone flat out. I probably would have crashed. So it's
Well, the
probably-
way some of
this is
those
probably a
guys
better way
are
of doing it.
going, the way that some of those guys are going down that mountain, Simon, honestly, you don't want to be following them. They were flying down there.
Oh, I had a
weren't they?
couple of
mean,
moments, yeah.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
flying down
you
there.
get on the brakes too quickly and the rear comes round and you go,
Yeah.
oh, God.
Yeah, and lots of
Clutch.
people doing those inside hits that kill you down Bathurst, where you hit the inside corner on the way into the corner. And there's just no
And then the
recovering from
outside,
it.
and then the inside,
And then,
and then the
yeah,
outside.
pinball all
And
the
then,
way
and then
down
you're
the
facing
mountain.
the wrong way, and the car hits you in the front and goes over the top of you. And
Yeah.
it's all a mess.
We have all been there, whether we want it to be or
Sounds
not.
very familiar, doesn't it?
Oh, too familiar. Still got the twitch that comes with the description. We can't be anywhere more different, really. Next week we're going to Rudskirchen.
Yes.
But you like that, don't you?
It's all right. I don't mind that track.
Yeah.
I like it.
I don't really drive it that often 'cause it doesn't turn up.
It doesn't turn up very often,
because
does
people
it?
don't like it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's very tight and technically challenging. It plays into the wheelhouse of a few people that I can think of. One of them being Stephen Walker, who's it doesn't like it, but I know he's
Yeah.
good there.
Got a long wheelbase car though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I need a Veloster, but I don't like the Veloster because it's hideous. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll suffer the Leon Antra, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's wise. I'm
Yeah.
with you as well.
But tonight has been brilliant. From watching you racing around Bathurst with all these
Sunday
idiots.
drive.
Bit of a Sunday drive maybe, but it was certainly entertaining from a what the hell is he going to do next? Is he going to pit at all? Is he just going to stay out there? What's he going to do? He's done 17 laps. Can you do 17 laps again? I don't know. It's for me, it was just brilliant. It was like chess on wheels. Very fast chess, though. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, everyone that I was racing because they were having to deal with me in front of them lifting before corners. I was trying to make it clear what I was doing. So they
Right.
had dives and passes on me at insensible places. So but no one hit me, so thank you. Yeah, you guys for the broadcast and everyone else who turned up who I didn't race with in that one.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
very nice.
we will bid a fond farewell till next week to multiple champion of these series, V8s and TCR, Simon Trundle, everybody.
See you next week.
Yeah, congratulations. Hey, you did well. Very entertaining.
Yeah, very, very good.
Yeah,
not
you
many
spotted
people
it
try
early.
that.
You're brilliant. You're absolutely brilliant, matey.
Don't know about that. We've got one more. He was late into the booth, and we need to figure out what happened to him in the end.
Oh, yes, we do.
yeah.
Alfred.
Chris Dixon, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Hello, matey.
So,
That was eventful.
yes, and yes, in multiples. So Bathurst is not the easiest track to drive. It's also not the easiest track to do any overtaking or be overtaken on, and that's a key point. On normal tracks, you've got a little bit of room to play with at the side of the track. If someone's steaming up behind you at rapid rate. Here you've got nothing other than concrete and certain death. You finished 2 positions higher than your start position. In 27th, you were just off the podium, actually, in real terms. Talk us through your race, because you visited the pits a few times, 3 times, and you were not the only one, by the way. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other drivers that visited the pits 3 times tonight.
Yeah, well, it started off in qualifying. I don't know if you saw that. But I took Alex and his teammate out accidentally. I tried to let them past, and they went steaming up the inside, and I clipped the curb, which was touched.
Oh.
Sent me into the back of him, and then I wiped them off.
Oh.
So yeah, it was a bit of a disaster there. But I didn't really get a decent qualifying lap. I don't know what my time was. I didn't look in the end, but I just knew I was round the corner at the back. So.
Well, the fact that you got a time in is 1 box ticked. 'Cause
Yeah,
there was a
yeah,
few that didn't get any times.
You got a clean
Yeah,
lap
there was.
at least.
Yeah, there was a couple that didn't. But I mean, I was going all right in the race until I was having a good battle with Max, and I do apologise to Max. I need to send him a message because he a few times I had to defend against him, and he did. I think he was protecting his 1Xs.
Yeah, he
So
will
there
be,
was a-
because he's
yeah,
absolutely
he's
bossing
up
that at
there.
the minute. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. So and there was a few times I'd got the second corner wrong, and he come steaming up, and then I'd just blocked it off so he couldn't get past, and he just dropped back in line. And yeah, we had a good race until I clipped the curb, which then sent me flying off into the barrier. And I thought he'd got past, but when I've looked at the replay, I just clipped his back end
Yep.
and
That
snapped
was
his
in
back wheel.
the dipper, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but it was just one of them. It was unintentional. I didn't mean to take him out. I'd made a mistake, and it sort of sent me to the pits. Then when I looked, he was in there as well.
Yeah,
then I
he
did.
struggled to get it round, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah, and then I did something similar a bit later on, and just
Oh, we saw a bit of very tidy rescuing by you, pulling off the track, keeping
Yeah.
the track clear.
yeah,
and,
just to get out the way, and then
yeah, no, it was very, very nicely done, Chris. You did a
Yeah,
proper job there. You really
well, there was a
did.
few times the back markers come up, and it was just as we're going up the mountain, and I knew going into the tight left-hander before you go up the top. I don't know what the name of the corner is, but I knew there was plenty of room on the outside as long as you got your braking done in a straight line. And there was a few times I let people pass there, but yeah,
Not Ball Crusher Bend, was it?
It was, yeah, the cussing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
probably.
up through the cussing.
Well,
Well,
just let them know to take the racing line, and I would give them room, and yeah, it worked out. But yeah, it caused damage and had a 5-minute pit stop to repair the damage after the first accident. And,
Right.
that's why I dropped back about four laps, I think it was, or something like that.
yeah, something along those lines. But you
Still
know,
there at the end, though.
yeah, it's all a learning exercise. Every time we get in these things and go hooning it round, you know, up and over a mountain 34 times, sorry. Hopefully it was good fun for you, either way.
Yeah,
and-
enjoyed it.
yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. Like I said before, I've only been in there on that track. I've never raced it. I've only done practice. And
Really?
yeah, I did a practice with
Hey,
it was
like
with
your
Alan,
first
and
race? First race,
um,
yeah.
Good grief.
yeah, it was a couple of seasons ago. We did
Yeah, we
some
did,
practice
yeah.
in the MX-5, and
Yeah.
it was actually Pete Van Gool who showed me round, and
Right.
he showed me the track, and then Pete Newman in the practice before he showed me the line, which wasn't too bad, and we got into the 22s, so that
Yeah, I
was
know
my
you're
aim.
driving pretty. I mean, it was incredibly quick out there tonight. Didn't you think? I mean, everybody was flying, weren't
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
they?
yeah,
And
quick.
you know, the pace was high. It's a hard track. I think he's performed really well. You
Yeah.
can be well happy with yourself, matey.
I agree with that.
And your conduct on the track was immaculate and perfect. Yeah.
And you
Yeah, it was just a couple of them that I caught out, which I've apologised to.
Yeah.
So I'll try and practice more for next time.
and if it puts it into context and makes you feel any better, I've started probably about 50 races round here.
Yeah, how many have you finished?
I started about 50 races round here.
Yeah, it's a difficult track. It's just one mistake, and that's it. You've got to be so tight on the apex as well.
Yeah.
And if you clip I don't know what's happened with the cars. There was a few of them saying as well. They had little tiny knocks, and it gave them a black and orange flag. It was like a meatball straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't take much with the new damage model. You got to keep
Yeah,
away
No,
from
the
the
new
walls.
damage model is, I think, not terribly great.
But it's
I suppose it
punishing.
depends on the car, but we're not impressed
does.
with the MX-5. We take a
Right.
lot of damage very easily at the front end. The front suspension goes out very quickly as well. It's
Okay.
do you know what I mean? It's like just annoyingly oversensitive. So you get an 8-minute meatball. It's a race ender in a 15-minute race.
Of course it is, yeah.
An awful lot of those coming out at the moment.
Right, okay. Well, something for them to review. Ultimately, you're going to have to unlearn everything that you've learnt tonight, because this is a big, open, sweeping, super fast track, and next week we go to Rudskagen.
Yeah.
Big sweeping open.
Yeah, just been on about it, and they're putting a couple of sessions up. I think there's one up tomorrow night, so I'll try and get
Yeah.
on there if I'm back early enough.
That's going to require some practice, just as much as this did, but for different
I
reasons
think it's
completely.
it's an easier track in the MX-5. It's a lot of fun in the MX-5, but
Yeah,
this
did
is
we
a
do it
different
last
kettle
season?
of fish.
Season before, I think it was.
Season
Season before.
yeah.
I do recognise like
Yeah.
call it, but
It's got those tight little
The nightmares will come screaming back to you very, very shortly.
Yeah, but I can remember the track. So.
Good stuff. In that case, anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, yourselves for the stream, and everyone for watching, and all the lads for racing, and apologise again for any mayhem I caused.
Oh no, it's part of racing around a track like this. The concrete walls are just as bad as all the races around you. It's been great watching you race. It's always entertaining having you in our races and for coming in the booth. I really appreciate that. It makes for a really, really good interview session at the end of it. And we look forward to seeing you race next week. Chris Dixon, everybody.
Yeah, good night,
Well
guys.
done, Chris. Well done, matey. Well, we're missing Fee tonight, so
Yeah.
good evening, Fee.
Mm.
I hope you're okay, sweetie.
Yeah, I think she was banging a drum again.
Yeah, so a lot of they're doing well in this international competition, playing a load of foreigners and everything all over the place.
Okay, right.
So yeah, they're doing very well. She's happy.
Right, excellent stuff. We will bring this broadcast to a close once we have selected our drivers of the meeting. Now, for me, it'd be very tempting to vote for Tyler, but he's not in the championship, and this is only going to be a cameo role. So I'm not going to vote for him. I may vote for Stefan, because Stefan held himself together very, very tidily all evening. Didn't get involved in anything, kept it clean, very competitive. I liked what he did. But then you've got Carl and Jamie and Kenzie all moving forwards through the field. Simon Trendle tried a no-stopper with a Flintstones car.
Tactic.
It's a tough one.
It's tough. There's a lot of great performances tonight. Everybody's driven really hard.
Yeah.
It's been remarkably clean considering how dangerous this place and how many of us there are on there. So I think we can. The drivers can be delighted with the way they've driven, and certainly gave us plenty to talk about, haven't they?
Well, they have. My vote,
How
though.
do we choose a driver of the night, though?
Yeah.
I know where I'm going. So
Right, that's good then.
I'm going under the table. So
Okay, well, I'll announce mine first. Mine goes to Jamie Wilson. So,
nice one.
I liked everything that Jamie did tonight. He did some really good overtakes on screen. He was up 10 places from his start position. He just held himself together really well. You could say, well, he didn't qualify well. Also true, but I still liked what he did on the track. So I think that everything was really good, above board, very clean, and I liked it. So he's getting my vote.
I think that's a good enough reason, to be honest, my dear. You don't need a great. I mean, Carl was driven brilliantly tonight, and thrilled for him. He should be really happy with the way he's driven. It's great to see Roger back on the track. Anthony drove well. I'm going to go down that end. I want to give it to my friend Darryl Wright for coming second in his class and finishing this race. And he's been turning up, and he's got a new rig. He built a new rig. That's why we missed him last week. And he's built his new rig, and he's here. And he's out there and driven the wheels off his car. And I'm delighted to see him in second position, because it's been so competitive down there. It has in the amateur end of the league. They've been really going hard, and he's done very well, and I'm pleased for him.
Yeah, well spent vote, absolutely.
Well done, Darryl, my dear.
Yeah.
And more of the same.
Absolutely.
I think he's starting to get the feel of it. You know, I did detect that he's slightly moving up, finding a little bit of the odd tenth there and there.
Yeah, a new rig
It
does a
would be
lot
great
for
for him
you.
having a brakes that don't wobble around when you press them and stuff like that.
I've been there.
He's built it, you know. He's got his aluminium profile, and he's done the traditional proper job and built it himself.
Good.
And yeah, good man.
Yeah, excellent stuff. Well,
I like the commitment, and I like the dedication, Peter.
Absolutely. There's a lot of dedicated people in this league.
Good blooming well is.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And you're extremely dedicated too. It's always a pleasure to have you in the booth, and you turn up week in, week out. talking about this wonderful thing that we love so much, which is racing on a simulator. It's a fantastic community we've got, and the amount of stuff going on the chat was tantamount to that. Fantastic contribution from everybody there. So thank you. Thank you to all the people that raced tonight. Bathurst is a tough proposition at the best of times. And in front-wheel drive cars, it's got that added challenge of certain death at every turn and every concrete wall. So very brave of everybody to turn up and sacrifice their safety rating. Yeah,
I'm going to remember that one.
Yeah.
The added challenge of something.
And again, thanks to you as well, Alan. Stay safe, everybody, and we will see you this time next week. Over to you, Alan, if you can recover yourself.
Goodness me. Well, yeah, that really sums it up, Pete. Yeah, well, what a night, folks. What a night we've had, hasn't it? That was awesome, wasn't it? Crikey. That's why, I mean, what an advert for iRacing. What an advert for our league. Tremendous. Thanks, guys. Absolutely love that. And I'm looking forward to the torture of next week. Thank you very much. Bring it on. Big cord.